accurate, Judge. We do have just one minor amendment.
Go ahead.
Number 4 in the recommendations, Judge, does recommend some chemical testing and then ETG testing as well. This incident did not involve any type of alcohol, Judge.
I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about him continuing to do the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Understood.
I know, I got it. Listen, I was talking to your lawyer.
I'm sorry.
I got to tell you now, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of cases I've had. I'm waiting for the day when somebody tells me, standing right there, I'm going to do this again anyway. I don't care what you say. I've never had one person tell me anything different other than this is never going to happen again. And I got to tell you, judges are funny people. We can only look at past to predict the future.
Yes,
and frankly, your past history tells me you're not done. So you can tell me up till the cows come home that it's never going to happen again.
It's not.
I know. I get it. Yeah, I'm sure. Go ahead.
Mr. Haskins is 38 years old. He is currently employed with a friend of his who does drop shipping for Amazon. He is currently earning $12 an hour, so it is a full-time job. Judge, aside from his criminal history, at the time, Mr. Haskins was unemployed and was having a rough time with life. He's only completed the 9th grade, Judge.
I'm sorry?
He's only completed the 9th grade as far as
I see
education
that.
wise. And currently, Judge, according to Mr. Haskins, he's illiterate and he can't read or write properly. That made it very difficult for him to find steady employment as well as gainful employment, Judge. So I believe a number of those issues that you addressed earlier with regard to retail fraud and the other convictions that he did have resulted from him not being able to provide himself with a steady income or
Because he made poor decisions when he was young.
perhaps, Judge, yes, that is definitely a factor. Absolutely. But I think currently, Judge, now that he's got steady employment, he's making a good income, I believe, Judge, that he is in the process of hopefully trying to turn his life around. He's been employed. How long have you been working at this current job?
5 months.
5 months, Judge. So he is in the process of bettering his position in life, Judge. So I would ask the court to hold off or hold any jail time at this point in abeyance and maybe come back for a review in 3 to 6 months on this, if the court's inclined, just to basically see that Mr. Haskins has kept his word, Judge. Because if he goes to jail now, he's going to lose the only source of employment, steady employment that he's had in a long time. So I don't know that that would be the best thing for him at this point, Judge. Other than that,
December 9th, you were in here. You were taken into custody by what department at that time?
Flat.
Well, I know this is a Flat Rock case, but did Flat Rock pick you up in Flat Rock, or did they pick you up because you got arrested somewhere else?
No, I was in Flat Rock.
I believe this occurred as a.
That's after he didn't show up for show cause. He didn't show up for the initial arraignment pretrial. What would you like to say, Mr. Haskins?
I apologize for everything I do. It will never happen again. You give me one more chance. I'll show you how to do good, better.
Have you spent any time in jail on this?
Like 5 days.
Anything else anybody wants to say?
Judge, other than that, I did review the terms of the recommendation with him, and he is willing to comply and do what he needs to do to get this behind him and move on with his life in a positive direction. Judge.
You deserve what I'm going to give you and a lot more. 500 fines, 100 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. I've already spelled out why I'm not going to just place you on probation. There's no probation here. You are not getting yourself the help. I mean, this has been ongoing for decades, and I'm not going to tolerate it. But honestly, you should get 90 days, and I'm not going to do that. 7 1/4 in 21 days, credit 5, serve 16. You're going to serve those now. I'll let you pay $50 bi-weekly when you get out. And that will begin on March. What's the first Friday in March, Lisa?
You can't use your phone
The 7th.
Beginning March the 7th, you pay $50 bi-weekly. If you don't have the money, no problem. You call the court, we'll go on Zoom, I'll give you an extension, or you come in here on or before the due date at 8:30. If you don't pay, you're gonna serve 69 more days. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be on a short leash. So if you don't have the money, no worries. You come in here, listen, I'm shocked that you don't think you should be going to jail today. Listen to me, listen to me. This isn't a free-for-all. We have laws in this country.
I know we do.
I'm not going to argue with you. This is a gift. You should have gotten a lot more. Have a seat before I change my mind.
this way.
Judge, there is a bond also.
I know the bond will apply. The bond will apply. Hang on one second. Is that bond in your name?
Yes.
Yes. So that will apply. We're going to apply that. So you have 125 that will apply to fines and costs. Good luck. Stephen Ray Howard, 24F243111.
Judge, just a quick one. I believe he told me the bond was 300. Is that?
I don't think so. I said 1,500, 10% on this when he didn't show up. Yeah, it's only 150.
Okay.
So actually, he would have 135 to apply. Stephen Ray Howard, 24F243111. Your name?
Stephen Howard.
Good
All
morning,
right.
Judge. Mazen Gaither, on behalf of Mr. Howard. Today's the date and time set for sentencing in this matter.
Do I have? All right, your client pled guilty to operating while visibly impaired as well. He's 37. He had pretty high breathalyzer or blood draw here, I should say. It's at 168. Have you had a chance to review the screening and assessment? Are there any material additions,
I have,
corrections, or
Judge.
deletions?
It is factually accurate. We would just ask, I know initially on page 2, there is the inpatient, intensive inpatient is what's marked off, but in the recommendation is for outpatient treatment. So
I'm
yeah.
not, I'm not gonna send them the inpatient.
Okay.
No. I don't know why we have those on there. I think, anyway, go ahead.
Other than that, we have no corrections, amendments, or deletions, Judge. I would say that Mr. Howard is 37 years old. He is currently looking for employment, Judge. He moved up here from Florida recently, about a year ago. He's had some mental health issues that he's dealing with, so he's getting those situated, and he is currently looking for employment. As far as criminal history, Judge, he has nothing on his criminal record other than this current case right now. He does live with a friend. He was homeless for a period of time, and his friend actually allowed him to move in with her, and she's helping him get on his feet. He does also care for his elderly mother, who lives a short distance away from
Yes, a couple
his
blocks.
current residence. And he does have strong family support, Judge, as far as from his mother and his stepbrother and sister. Judge, and this is a first offense for Mr. Haskins. Obviously, he understands I'm sorry, Mr. Howard, I apologize.
It's all right.
Obviously, he understands that this is not something that he should be doing. However, just as by way of explanation, on the date and time that he was arrested for this, the reason that the car was pulled over was because of expired tags. That vehicle did not belong to him. Actually, he was giving a friend of his and her son a ride home because she was extremely inebriated, and he honestly thought that he was helping her out by giving her a ride home. Now, I did discuss that with Mr. Haskins, and I did tell him that there's no,
I read this report and it said he was swerving across the fog line multiple times. Well, I'm just telling you, that's
Yeah, I
what
know.
the police said. So
Yes,
they didn't say that they pulled you over for a bad plate. They pulled you over because you were swerving.
First thing he said to me when he came to the window was they pulled me over because my tag was expired. I said, I didn't know the tag was expired. This isn't my vehicle.
That's fine, but you were also swerving
I
according.
was, I promise you, sir, I wasn't. I did the sobriety test. I did it all.
You had a .162. You were twice the legal limit, 1.168.
I literally had one drink and a shot. That was it. I haven't.
You said 25-ounce beer I saw in one shot. You're not going to be the first person that's underestimated how much they
Yes.
drank in here.
Yes, I made a mistake.
You couldn't have gotten to a 168. Trust me on this. There's no way you got to a 168 by having a 25-ounce beer and one shot. Now, maybe the glass had 4 or 5 shots.
Well, I literally just got off work, so.
I don't care if you ran a marathon. You're not getting to a 168. I mean, accept some responsibility here.
Sir.
absolutely, Judge, he doesn't.
You're
want
acting
me to
like
make
you
a
just
mistake.
got pulled over because you had an expired plate, didn't have much to drink. You had a 168. That's high. There's a super drunk law in effect in this state, 0.17 or higher. You were just under that. And I'm not condemning you here, but
I got you, sir.
accept some responsibility, please.
I have.
What else do you want to say, counsel?
Judge, as far as just with regard to assessing any fines and costs, he is currently in between jobs, but he's looking, Judge, to ask the court to take that into consideration when assessing the fines and costs.
Sir, is there anything you would like to say?
Yeah, I made a mistake, so, I want to take accountability for it.
All
I
right,
shouldn't have drove.
all right. 13 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You do have to report as directed, no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. You're not to go to any place where any of those items are sold or dispensed, at least as their primary source of income. If you walk into a 7-Eleven, I'm not going to consider that a bond violation. They sell other things besides alcohol. Kratom poppy seeds and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. You're going to submit. I can't go along with this bi-weekly recommendation. You scored in. So here's the other thing, just so you know. You scored in category 5 on both the alcohol and drug use
Yes, sir.
portion.
Yeah, I just used my
And
bad.
well, I'm just telling you, it's based on what you reported on the screening. It's not some subjective determination by a probation officer. It's based on what you wrote down, and you can't do worse than a 5. It tells us you got a serious problem. That's fine, but you got to deal with it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to order that you attend the Victims Impact Panel. I'm going to order that you attend an intensive outpatient treatment program with aftercare. I'm going to order that you
All right, everybody. That was an interesting one, but Judge Fleischer's online, so let's go see what we got there.
in to an intensive outpatient treatment program. You no longer have to attend AA or NA.
If we
The
can,
chemical testing, PBTs.
I'm
and
going to be
ETGs
out most of next week, but if we could perhaps get him here on the 6th, is
Okay.
that okay with the court?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll
Thank
set
you
it
so
for
much,
bond
Judge.
that day. He's got to be here, and then after that, we'll waive.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. You saw that? Okay. All right, bud. We got you.
Have a great day.
Thanks, man. You too.
May be excused.
You got it.
Thanks.
Okay. Ready?
All right, page 1, Arling. Come on up, Joshua.
Good morning, Mr. Arling. Sir, you were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On January 16, 2025, at 12:04 a.m., the officer observed a vehicle traveling the wrong way at Belfort Avenue in Harris County, Texas. A traffic stop was initiated, and the defendant, the driver, did not initially roll down his window. After multiple commands by the officers, the defendant finally rolled down his windows, and the officer observed the defendant to make further movements as if to conceal something. The defendant did not produce his driver's license, and the officer observed a strong odor of marijuana from the vehicle and his person. The officer observed the defendant to have a loaded firearm in his waistband, and the defendant stated he smoked earlier and was not the registered owner of the vehicle. The officer located in plain view, sticking out of the defendant's right pocket, a small package with training and experience is used to conceal marijuana. PC search was conducted, and the officer found 3.31 grams of marijuana under the driver's seat, and the defendant admitted the marijuana was his.
So Arlene, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. If you run his license, see if he has.
Not eligible, Your Honor.
Okay, you are not allowed to drive. I am making that a condition of your bond. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? You will be signing a promise with me. Like I said, I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 people. If you don't have a license and insurance, do not drive. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Arling? Okay, I'm going to have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Don't pick up any new cases. Don't become a danger to my public, and above all else, do not drive. Do you understand? Okay, come on. Can you file those conditions in the driving, please?
Yes, Judge.
And without insurance as well.
Yes, Judge.
All right, the next one is on page 2. Azadi.
Azadi? Abdul Azadi. Okay.
Is your name Joshua?
Okay.
Arlon, you want to out of Texas, from the McGrath, and you don't tell them what's up.
Next judge is on page 20. Seadra, come on up.
We'll wait this for.
This way. Maybe the sign and we say it doesn't.
Good morning, Mr. Saavedra.
Go ahead and sign.
Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
One moment, Your Honor, it's loading. Okay. On January 15, 2025, the officer was conducting surveillance in the Green Points area, and the officer was in an unmarked vehicle in an apartment complex and observed 18-year-old defendant join up with 2 other males, co-defendants. He had already witnessed using a firearm. The 3 males walked around the apartment complex together, and the officer witnessed the defendant being given the firearm and wave it around. The 2 other males encouraged the defendant to shoot the gun, and the officer did not see the defendant fire the weapon, and the officer maintained visual until the officers were able to detain all 3 defendants at a nearby gas station. The gun was found in the co-defendant's waistband, and all 3 individuals were placed in custody.
Mr. Saavedra, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in contact with any. Did anyone else get arrested in this case? Or is it just him? I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm sending you for a test right now. You're to come back. If you fail the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Your Honor, there's a co-defendant in court 4. The cause number is 2547734.
I'm going to send it? Okay, so let's just do this for now. Go ahead, take a seat for me. We're going to transfer your case to the other court because that's where it belongs. Okay, please. So don't worry about it.
Yes.
All right, Judge, that's the last arraignment for now.
What? Really?
That's right.
Oh,
I think that's it, Judge.
okay. No THAs?
No, Judge.
Rock.
Good morning, Your Honor. I was just putting in the
Hey,
chat.
bud.
I was present. Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. What's up?
Hey, I was letting you know I was present on Ms. Jasmine Roberson,
Okay.
and I believe she's present in court this morning. I spoke with her.
Where are we headed?
So on this one, Your Honor, I emailed the state. I think last time I asked for an evaluation. I think they got some issues with extrapolation as well as with operation, but I've never gotten an answer back regarding that. So this is one that's either PTI or trial, depending on their evaluation.
Is Kelsey going to be here today?
She should be here.
Okay, give me a second. Let me wait for Kelsey to get here, Brock, and then I'll talk to her about it. We'll see where we're
No
going.
problem. No problem. And I copied
Stay
her
with
on the
me.
email also this morning, so she should
Okay.
have it. And I told her what the issues were also. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll hold.
Yeah, I'll let you know when she gets here.
So, how does we do it? Judge, can you sign the transfer order? I've already emailed it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry. They're not here. But I'm signing this. Anyone like a bank? She's not on the password. She's in the city. So I don't think you want for the mile, sure, obviously that they just not sure that she's doing. Here's that. Yeah, that's fine. Monday, the 26th. Yeah, so then we have. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Right, Judge, we do have another arraignment,
Okay.
page 14, Lovey. She just went out, but when she gets back. So. We're not sure. Sister. Which came first, I did all that same. And then we got something.
Okay, well. So they have.
They have their own surveillance.
Okay. So that's all same. Okay. That's what it was going.
Judge, are you ready for the arraignment?
Yeah.
All right, page 14, luggage, come on up.
Morning, Ms. Levy. And you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On January 16th, 2025 at 2:02 a.m., the officer was dispatched in an attempt to locate. The officer was advised the defendant's sister was concerned for her well-being after not hearing from her. The defendant's sister stated her last known location was the Den, a bar, where she got a flat tire. While searching the area, the officer located the defendant's vehicle at the entrance of the University of Houston, and a witness was flagged down to assist changing the defendant's flat tire. The witness stated he observed the defendant as the sole occupant of the driver's seat of the vehicle, and the surveillance video showed the defendant's vehicle in motion at the time the witness came into contact with the defendant. The defendant was identified with Texas driver's license, and the officer made contact and observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, red, glossy, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant admitted to drinking a wine cooler earlier in the day, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. The officer observed the defendant to be unsteady on her feet as she walked to the sidewalk, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. The DIC was red and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.185 and 0.181.
And you're telling me there's video of her driving?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Levy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Have you run your license and any prior DWIs?
Driver's license is eligible and no priors, Your Honor.
Okay. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you consume alcohol, illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay, I'll give you an application. I'll take a look at your numbers, and if you qualify, we'll provide you a lawyer today. Okay, just everything's fine. Don't worry. Just be safe. Okay, just don't. Okay, I don't want to talk about the case. Let's have you fill out the application, then I'll have you talk to a lawyer today. Okay, ma'am? Please.
Right this way. Go ahead and sign for your receipt.
And so that's one of their
Brock, what was your client's name again?
one of their sheriff's office vehicles.
Sorry, Your Honor, it's Jasmine Roberson.
And there's Pensacola Beach. There's the beach ball there from Pensacola. So they had a good little snowstorm.
I found PC. Yeah, I found PC. However, no, because I already found it.
He says he asked for eval while it was never passed.
You said it was like Monday.
There's another one of the Pensacola Beach ball. I'll stop throwing pictures up there in a second. I'm just trying to burn up some time to the judge to get back.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. I'm back. I got disconnected.
It's okay. Don't worry about it, Brock. Hey, Alex, on Roberson, do you have the eval done?
No, Your Honor, we don't have notes from the prior prosecutor that there was supposed to be an eval done, so if we could just have a week and we can look at this real quick.
3,200 days.
I mean, Your Honor, if a week is too much, otherwise set it for trial. I mean, but we would request respectively a week just to do a quick eval.
All right, I'll give you till Monday.
Yes, Judge.
So I'll set it to Monday, Brock, because they didn't do the eval.
That's fine, Your Honor. Can we waive her appearances for Monday,
Yeah.
depending on what the result is?
Yeah.
Can we do Tuesday?
All right. Thank you so much, Your
Oh,
Honor.
hold on, Brock. Are you okay with Tuesday?
Tuesday's fine.
Okay, yeah. All right, Brock, we'll see you Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Might be excused.
You got it, man. Take care.
All right. What about Ms. Roberson, Your Honor?
We'll have her sign a reset. We'll get her out of here and I'll waive it for the Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You got it, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, it's just. I don't have to sign it's gonna be permissions and then the chief papers there.
All right, so here was the fort in St. Augustine back in 1951. Here's where it was snowing back then. So it's not impossible to get snow in Florida. It's just very unusual. But this is 1951, and anyone who knows that area knows that it doesn't make sense to have snow there.
Mr. Mueller. Hey, bud. What's up?
I'm approaching about John L. Law in today's docket.
Is that the gentleman in,
We've got Rouge.
yeah,
He wasn't able to travel here today because of the weather. And so his family says she can get him here from laws.
what are we doing with it?
We're gonna discuss that today.
Do you have a plan or something? You know, like, is there an offer or PTIs or, let me see.
Yes, Lindsay, Houston did get snow about 20 miles south of Houston in Friendswood. Fozzie sent a photo
Is it
of
just for the bond
snow
violation?
there.
Is that why?
Took him to the hospital in order to get a prescription refilled, and it took longer than we anticipated.
Okay, I mean, we're not gonna ding him for that. I mean, there's no need to bring him all the way over here if that's, do you have some kind of proof that that's?
I can get it from here.
Okay, show me that that's the case and then we'll continue supervision.
Okay.
That way you don't have to come, right? Right, but I want to make sure that that was, and if that's the case, just let me know and then of course, we're not gonna,
Judge, I think he was also on docket to take the drug test again that we had discussed.
Okay, well, let's first see how that goes. All right, okay.
So I'll just reset it for tomorrow and then get proof from the aunt and then depending on how that goes.
For sure.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mueller.
Judge, we have an arraignment.
Okay,
Is that containing, Linda, come on up. What's the last name? Okay, so she's in the hospital.
good morning, Mr. Newman. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 15th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to Texas Southern regarding a male on campus possibly carrying a firearm. The caller provided the name and dispatch ran through arms and located a recent picture and a trespass notice. The officer observed the defendant walk into the library, immediately walked out accompanied by a second black male, and the officer attempted to detain the defendant, and the defendant ran northbound, ran through an apartment complex, The officer drove through the complex and set up a perimeter and observed the defendant run out of the complex. The officer exited a marked patrol vehicle in full uniform, drew a duty weapon, and ordered the defendant to the ground. The defendant ignored the commands and continued running and was assisted to the ground by the officer. The defendant stated he ran due to being scared. The defendant evaded approximately 0.4 miles.
What was he doing wrong?
So there was a report of a possible firearm on campus, and the caller provided the name, and he was attempting to investigate that, and he was just trying to detain him to
They
investigate.
gave the description of him.
They just gave the name, and then they
A name
ran
of-
that through arms, and they found a picture of that person.
So the caller gave the name of Mr. Newman?
Yes, Judge. Gave Mr. Newman's name. The officer ran that name and found a picture, and then observed him leaving the library and attempted to detain him. And then he ran.
There was also a current trespass notice for the defendant as well.
Yes, Judge.
From TSU?
From the arms or TSU.
Yes, Judge. They found for TSU through arms.
Mr. Newman, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Let's do this. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today because there's several things that we need to look at. So do you mind reaching out to the MAC for Mr. Newman? Mr. Newman, assuming we go forward with the case, you're not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? I'm
Yes,
making
sir.
that a condition of your bond.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you have any weapons, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
Just all I want is my community to be safe. I'm not asking for much. You understand? Okay. I'm going to have you sign a reset, Victoria, then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, sir. Okay? Can you file no weapons, please?
Yes, Judge.
You working on something?
John, are you with us today? You with us today? No?
They just, is it 832? Needs them all. Just look at two. They're right there. Back, you put your work on it, you put how much you're small.
Click on that, so you should be able to review that.
So there's go. Do you have any expenses?
Yes, I sure. Just make sure that that's checked as a violator.
That's all. There's no, are you sure there's nothing?
Good morning, Judge.
Hey, Ramon.
And then. Yeah, once you see your opinion, that should be signed. And then should be filed. Thank you.
If you want to pay, you either pay by.
So the first one is that one was a
Raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear to affirm all the positions, documents, shown the record best you know?
Oh, yeah. And then it's the lower, okay.
That's great. Yeah.
Then you've promised me that.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't use the on there, but we
Ready to go, they can find out. So I'll do like this. Oh, you may have a shot.
Is discovered. Yeah, I was. What's missing? I followed. Yeah.
So investigators for you.
Yes. Okay. Do you have anybody else? No. I can't really, thank you so much, Alex, from here. How are you?
I just wanted to talk to you about Mr. Fry, because I saw her attorney coming. She gets off probation with us on January 30th. After she gets off probation. But she's completed her SOPs and her things. She was the one that was testing the positive for me.
What's gonna happen?
From the face notes, it looks like they're gonna make her do the rest of the program. That's what I see. I don't know if they're gonna change their mind.
But it's not.
What is the cost number again?
239
Hold on. Okay.
4034.
I'm not gonna remember.
Spell it. Oh, you didn't remember.
I guess let me wait till we get here.
Okay, just want to make you aware of what's going on. We did everything else, it's just the positive.
Okay, thanks.
Let me go on, so.
Small job. Because Ricky shares. Yeah. Right.
Was it getting worse?
That's what it was. I mean, if I was in the issue, it's creepy shades. It's the class. It's okay. Start, you know, you don't want to be involved.
They just want the rest of you.
No, they don't need it. They just want to always run. They're just scared. It's back to the marketing system.
On the main version, yeah. Yeah.
Then you call back to the
Wasn't that a person? The sun on the field.
They'll run together. I think maybe there's one.
Oh, wow, yeah, God.
Yeah, I mean, at least once. Yeah, let's do it all. And then they come, they do, and then they have their.
Just the punches, things like that. You know, she told me, that's good. I'm sure it was like. A few weeks later, so it's not. But she's. Okay, did you try that 1.46? I don't know. Yeah. So. This didn't have to do with you at all, but whenever we get a federal police complaint, I always make it to be a bad day. So if you notice the time period between who got the acquisition and September 23rd, and she attended October 1st, and so just kind of. The documents, the image, I don't just go out. So it's not on that day, it didn't have to do with you, so anyways, but whenever I. So just that wasn't involved, but. Definitely like that.
Cool. You want to be able to reach there?
Well, tell me when what you were watching.
You just started this is. Yeah, I should have. Is that that?
It just sounds really scary. Just this, I know it's a way. I'm gonna go around the dogs, but it's not. We do it.
You're saying.
You need to visualize what you want to like dog. That's fun fact. For some reason, I decided it was inside of the company. Well, yeah, that. No, sure.
Yes, that's it, yes.
It was in town. Yeah. I get
So it's in college.
Yeah, I don't know.
This.
We said it's mine or yeah.
I'll see what pictures or something.
Very cool.
What pictures of your.
Yeah, just something individualized.
Good one.
And that's one of the biggest coming problem. This is the worst thing I had. This. This time. Is she considered an empty and around the middle of the big understand? Yeah, I see this. It's really wrong. It's like the banks and the bank and shoot. So, I mean, that should be a it's there, but it's, those are the shows. Yeah, and then you have to show the field. Yeah, well, we don't have the house. Now, we like, it wasn't there.
Otherwise, you check that's who the day if you bought or she's in.
Yeah. Within jail.
Yes. It sounds good.
Wave the parents, they take me down. I mean,
Okay.
it's a, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Actually, yeah. Well, actually. Yeah, but I guess he yes, he and he just doesn't want to go up there.
You just absolutely stay there. You just absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Gina. Right, which is the same thing. That is the date. But it is a bit of a disposition. They ask for much mistake. So they should raise it.
Morning, Judge. How are you? Hi, sit down. Hey, Mr. Downey.
Yes.
So you guys don't have court until the 31st. She expires here the 30th, so we need to do something. She expires here the 30th.
Okay.
So if we do nothing, she'll expire here. So do you know what's going to happen upstairs?
We have gotten a bunch of discovery of the felony court. My hope is that's going to be to resolve this without the need for a hearing. But I can't speak to that yet because we are still.
An MAJ has been filed there or no?
They filed a duplicate MAJ, the same as that.
Okay.
You want me to bring it in or have to?
No, I'm kind of just curious as to what they're going to do, if anything, you know.
I think it's all the same. But we are waiting on the opinion letter from the pharmacologist as well as the basket of discovery that we sought, which we've received.
When do you anticipate that?
Oh, we'll get it.
Okay. I guess just so she doesn't time out, let's extend her for like just a month and then we'll see where it goes, you know? I have to, because otherwise she's going to time out. And I don't want it to happen. So I'm going to extend now for a month. And then you want us to set yours after one day after the felony court to see what happens up there?
We can, sure.
Or do you want to do it earlier?
I'm sorry.
Or do you want to do it earlier? Because I'm all ears about the letter.
Same day, whatever happens, it's these conditions down.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks. Okay.
7811. So it looks like this was on docket for technically the 18th. And they showed up for magistrate on Saturday during that holiday weekend, and they found no PC by the magistrate court. And they were never given another reset date. And we had this, I think, before, I think this was put into, let me see, you signed the bill. A 2B that was put into on Friday before they found no PC. And you found PC today. I just want to confirm we're going to find PC and just cancel out the no PC that was found on Saturday. And magistrate. It's like a sticky situation. So I just wanted to confirm that you knew all the facts. All right, started making entries.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Brittany?
She technically doesn't even have another court date.
But if I were to find PC, then she would.
Yeah.
Right, a warrant would issue.
Say it again?
A warrant would issue.
Yes. And it would be for, it would just be no bond. It would be referred to magistrate. So she'd get another bond. I guess when she showed that magistrate or came in here.
Hey Kelsey, when you're not busy, can I talk to you real quick? Give you case number, please. 254-7811.
254-7811.
7811. So the deal is this, is I just signed a 2B on it just now, but the magistrate found no PC. I don't know. That's why I don't know. So it looks like no probable cause was found on the 18th.
Okay, and this is DV as well.
I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is that I signed it and Che was asking me how we want to handle it because they found no PC. And then, but I just signed because when I read the 2B, I mean, I think there's enough to go forward.
Okay, well,
So I don't understand why.
Ashton and the chief Samantha and see what they want to do, because I can't dismiss no PC when it's domestic violence case. For some reason, it's assigned to them. I guess it's an
I
intimate
found
partner.
PC though. I think there's enough to go forward.
Right, let me tell.
So I don't know. I mean, but
They-
then again, you know, if a magistrate finds no PC, does jurisdiction end there or can they can they refile it? Did they refile this after the no PC finding? Or you said this was filed before?
It says already filed as 2547822. Maybe it should be information.
I guess let me think about it too, is
Council for reset.
Okay, let me email them and see what they think.
No, I'll say they was. It's like what yeah, so if you want to have it, Tuesday, the Saturdays, if you want. Which one are each?
Okay, I'll let you know if they get back with me.
I thought that when we send out the first, I don't think there was any, and I really need it. Did you else? Sure.
Judge, it was a refile, Judge. And PC court found PC on the new case. The day I found. So I'm guessing that's.
how do you see that? You didn't see that.
If you go to the second case for the 7822, right below it. That's the new case. It was found the next day.
Hey, don't worry. The next day they found PC, it was on a refile. So, yeah.
Sorry about that, Judge.
No, that's okay.
Do you want me to just?
So yeah, just delete the 2B then, since they already found PC. You need me to unsign it?
Yes, if you can, Judge.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. See is that makes a minister. Is he the minister?
Hey, come on up. Nice. Shoot.
DWI second. I have jail plea on DWI second. Is there still the minimum 72 hours required? or if he's already served that.
Who are we talking about?
Mr. Judge.
JHG. He's got almost 120 days. He was in custody. He just funded out at Christmas. State's offered time served in the DWI and dismissing the other charge. But I just, if we do that on a second, does he still have to go back in for 72 hours?
But he's got the credit, right?
That's a credit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, if you're pleading to, I mean, I don't, it's a second, so don't put like, do like 30 with credit for whatever, the 100 something, whatever it is, you know? I don't want to put 2 credit for, does it, you know? But I don't think, I mean, if he's got that credit, then he's got the credit, right? That's, it's satisfied. Sure.
You're right.
Right.
Hey, good morning, Judge.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Your Honor, I'm here on Jose Puentes Carizales.
Okay.
He did the TRAS on Friday. I've submitted everything we have to submit for approval. I still haven't gotten a response from the DAs, whether he's been approved or not. I emailed Gomez yesterday.
Alex, let's say.
So we don't have any notes about the approval. I mean, we'd have to reach out, or he'd have to reach out to Brenda as well.
Okay, let's roll it to Monday. I'll waive the appearance. And then if you can reach out to Ms. Gomez to find out. Okay.
Fantastic,
Or
Judge.
Tuesday.
That'll work.
Sorry, let's do Tuesday.
Tuesday would be fine, Judge. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then we'll waive the appearance. Hey, bottom
Your
of
Honor.
page 18. They're waiting on a response for PTI.
Tuesday, got it.
All right, we see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care, man.
Is that a waived appearance?
Yeah.
Wednesday, come on up.
No, it's something. It's fun. Yes, it's very certain. Yes.
And Your Honor, just want to confirm. So the one Ray just approached on was Cueva Gonzalez?
Puente Carizales.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
You need a cause number?
I have it.
Do you guys need me? Come on up.
Go ahead and sign.
Do you need me?
I'm not sure, Judge. I'm set for a plea today. I'm just wanting the court now. Should I wait outside until I'm called or?
No, I'm ready when you are. We just need them to, has the plea paperwork been filed?
I think so, Judge. That's on
Yeah,
the child,
filed, counsel.
on Chavez?
Yes, it's been filed.
You know, one thing.
Did you say Gonzalez?
I don't know if we have any interpreter yet, Judge. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Can you bring your client up so we can have him sign?
I'm sorry, Judge?
Do you mind bringing your client up so we can have him sign? You said Gonzalez, right?
Chavez, Judge.
Or Chavez?
David Chavez, Judge.
Okay, so we'll have him sign, and then if you just guys want to hang out, as soon as we get an interpreter, we can get it done. Okay, you ready? Hi, good morning.
It matters.
Okay,
Nice to you.
sure.
What's that?
Did you want money?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Is that it?
Mr. Johnson on docket for today.
Okay,
He was reset to this week to see what they were doing on his felony case. Yesterday and the courts were closed. So can we re-roll them to next week after he goes to his felony case?
yes, absolutely, of course. Yes, ma'am. Of course. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hi, Kavita.
Are you ready for me?
Yes, ma'am.
I have Halsell on your docket, Halsell. It's, it was his prior court date, he was in custody and he's now made bonds. We just need to get bond conditions on him.
He's here. Okay.
And, and I think that's it. I'm also filing a competency and mental health evaluation.
Say it again.
A competency evaluation.
You're gonna set it?
I'm good about what's today, but I understand his mom told me that he gets one every month from the Harris Center. So I'm gonna see if I can have access to those records or if they're the same as what we would do here, but I'm gonna look into that.
Okay. Halsell, come up.
His mom comes up.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just vacation.
Yeah. Come on. Where's Mom? Come on up.
I can't get on.
Oh, no problem. I have it. Yeah.
Hi, come up. You're a mom?
I am.
How are you?
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Appreciate you for having me.
You know, Mr. Halsell, with the 4 open cases, you're lucky to be out. You know, you really need to listen to Mom so that a 5th case doesn't occur. It's not going to go well if you pick up a 5th one. Do you understand?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
They're trying to do 2 medicines on him. It doesn't have him here, if it makes sense. He's listening, but it has him, if you speak, he's dragging. And I'm okay with that because I can control what's going on. As I was there, I work in the incident business. I work in conjunction with the one thing. And I work with the homeless. I came out of engineering because he taught me 2 things. I have to pay attention to what's going on at home and not just give love to people on the street. It makes sense, right?
That's great. That's wonderful.
Done my homework recently, these last 2 situations. His grandmother and his grandfather is dealing, they had mental ideations as well. So it triggers, Mom says, be careful who you choose, but we can't be careful who you choose, right?
Right.
That was love. So I'm holding on gracefully to this. You have to excuse my appearance. I've been in cold gray.
Oh, please, you look great. But my concern is that please tell me he's living with you?
Yes.
Wonderful.
He is.
Okay.
As I said, I'm bringing paperwork together to get custodial.
Guardianship. Okay.
To get him placement to stay there.
You know, I'm happy to, whatever you need, we're happy to give you. You know, we have a lot of resources here that we can always, you know, try to help you with, you know.
Appreciate you.
All you need to do is ask, you know, if you need tablets, cell phones. We can also do evaluations to see, you know, how we go forward. So I'm all ears and I'm with you, whatever you want, you know, whatever conditions you think are appropriate, we can put on it.
We just had an evaluation on the.
Is mom's the CW in the cases? Or?
So Judge, these are old cases from what I remember, 2022,
So
failure ID, the trespass.
Well, we have one terroristic threat of a peace officer or a judge. Is that right?
okay, this is what happened.
No, don't. I just,
We just did a psych evaluation
okay.
and we were in the room. I hope I'm.
No, let's not, don't. It's really, it's,
I'll talk about that right now.
yeah, that's something that we can do later, but at this time, I will leave him in your care, your, whatever you need, we're here to help you out with. The only thing I'm gonna ask is just you guys, just please stay in touch with Kavita. She will help you out. And I just don't want a fifth case, that's it. I'm with you. So how long do you want to set it out, Kavita?
I would think maybe a 6-week, the evaluation, all the medical together and talk.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna waive his appearance. That way he doesn't have to waste his time coming to court, but just be nice. Self-control. All these cases are because of no self-control. You get upset and you wig out. But think, it's okay. We all get angry. We all do. But just think before you act. Think before you speak. That's it. Listen to mom. If you ever need anything, come back and I can help you out with whatever you need. Just say the word. Okay?
Judge, in regards to bond conditions, how did you want to handle that?
So the bond conditions that I'd like, it just, no contact with ever the terroristic threat cases and just no weapons. That's all I would like. It's not, my concern is that it was a healthcare provider, because that's what I was thinking. Is that someone that he's currently seeing? Do you know? Alex, who in the
In the
most recent case, who's the complaining witness?
most recent case, let me see. It says the reporting party.
Oh, that case is upstairs. It's not even with us. I'm
That's all,
sorry,
Your Honor.
So disregard it. I thought it was with us.
Yes, Judge.
So the only condition is just no weapons. That's it. Okay. And just stay in contact with your lawyer. Okay. Absolutely. Mr. Halsall, good luck, bud. All right. Okay. Thanks, Camille.
Thank you, Judge. May you be excused?
Just 6 weeks, what she asked. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye. Okay. Are you ready? Come on up.
Never remember, Judge.
Yes, please. And Chavez, that's right. Good morning, Mr. Chavez. So you're charged of driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. When you plead guilty, you give up the right to appeal, meaning that you can never change this. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. Do you understand these rights that you're giving up?
Yes.
You also need to understand that there are no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up in here. And if you're not in this country with permission, you do anything short of more than 6 hours, you will get an ICE detainer. So if I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, I
How do you
understand.
plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2. I'm going to suspend your ability to drive for 90 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you're going to be right back over here, sir. What does your client do for a living, sir? What does your client do for a living?
He does he's carpentry work there, labor work, Judge, framing, that kind of thing. Home framing.
I'm asking this because there is a DPS surcharge that they usually tack on for around $3,000. I will waive this fee for you now, but I'm telling you on a DWI second, it's around a $6,000 surcharge on a DWI second. So get a clue. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're allowed to make a mistake, but when you continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, there are serious consequences. Good luck, sir. All right, wait a minute. All right,
Well, then, because there's a portable device, Judge, and you've been.
we'll take it off.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, please. Yeah. Mr. Elick, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. LZ.
Mr. Chavez. Okay, back on me.
It looks like you were charged with 2 cases. You were charged with criminal trespass. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On both of those, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 48 days in jail with credit for the 16 that you've done on the criminal trespass. They're dismissing the other case.
Yes, Your Honor. Time served on the criminal trespass and dismissing criminal.
Is this how you understand it, sir?
Yes.
You need to understand also that this charge will go on your record. You're now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Like I said, you give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it stays on your record. Is this what you want to do?
So.
How do you plead? How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty. All right, I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
What about the enhancement?
Abandoned. Yeah. Or wait a second. Is it listed as?
It's listed as.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Yes.
He's got to. Is it true or come up, Mr. LZ? Is it true or untrue that you had a prior terroristic threat, sir?
I'm on my medication, so I missed my medication. I have trouble getting my medication. I was just.
Did you have a prior terroristic threat in the past? It looks like from August of this past year with us.
I don't remember any terroristic threat towards you guys or.
No, just in general.
You had a case in this court that you took 57 days time on, and that was August 20th of 2024. Do you remember taking that plea bargain?
I believe I was in court before, but.
That's all we need to know. That's it. Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, are you ready? Come on up, counsel.
Your Honor, I'm here this morning on a motion to sub for David Rest.
I signed it already.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
of course.
You already judged on that case.
Ooh.
Judge, on page 38 and 39. The defendant picked up on the DWI.
Guevara Ortiz, come up.
He's in the holdover.
Oh.
Do you want to bring him up?
Let me see. Yeah, it looks like he does. You mind bringing him out, please? Oh, hold on a second. We need a translator anyways, so yeah, just yeah, please. But when we get a translator, we'll bring him up. Thanks.
Council for reset?
Yes, and if I have no more, that's the guy feet.
So I saw the TRS was scheduled for yesterday. Okay, so we all have to approach on our fees. I just underneath. Oh, it's very. It says Saturday, right? Home. And I have James attached. Did you get it? Yes. Yes, he has other cases, so I'm sure he'll swing by sometime today. We'll do the motion to set for now to come attached.
Yeah, motion.
Council reset. All right, we have proof of school. No, okay, you have to approach and see how much next time, Judge.
Who is it?
This one, Judge, is page 19. I don't know.
What's going on with him?
This is Mr. Riley.
Yep.
Riley, last time he was here, your honor asked him to
Mr. Vaughn?
do some employment, which he's done. I've got proof of that.
Okay.
Schooling, I spoke to his mother and his aunt, and the issue there is, he doesn't like the school he's zoned to. It's not a great, fit for him. And so he's trying to get with the aunt, and there's just some logistical issues, but I spoke to both the individuals, and I mean, he's making good faith efforts to do it. He's just, has not yet.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Ridley, come up. Is mom here? Who's that?
I don't. Yeah. I spoke to her last night and this morning, Okay, yeah.
Is that mom? Hey, mom, come on up.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming. It's great. So what's going on with Mr. Ridley now?
I haven't had a chance to let him do like the holiday work schedule, but he's looking for a job and I'm trying to get him make two steps.
So you're not doing anything now? You stay at home and do nothing?
I was. I got put like 3-4 applications in.
School is more important, Mr. Ridley. You need to get your education, man. You need a high school diploma. At worst comes to worst, we can give you paperwork so you can do the schooling at home and get your GED online at a minimum, and we can give it to you for free. But I mean, you're at home you're not working, you're not going to school, you're doing nothing to make life better for yourself. Life doesn't get easier the older you get. It gets more difficult. If you don't have a job, if you don't have an education, you will end up nowhere. And life sucks without money. Trust me. Do you understand? Okay. Do you mind giving them the paperwork, please? We need to be somewhere, Mr. Ridley. I'm going to give you another couple weeks, 2.5 weeks. At the minimum, be enrolled to start working on your GED. Do you understand? I'm also going to drug test you. I'm not gonna let you just, there's no smoking weed, none of this. Do you understand? If I find that you're using, I'm gonna revoke your bond. I'm gonna keep you. Do you understand? All right.
One other issue, Judge, we would request, the complainant has made contact with the DA's office and left let her thoughts be known on the case in a RIP call. And so we request that the no contact be just brought down to no threatening, harassing.
Who is it?
It's a girlfriend situation, Judge. And I spoke to DV about it. He reviewed it and said he was gonna leave notes, that they had no opposition to that.
Yeah, or even something else.
And yes, that is correct. The RIP does say no contact, so no threatening, harassing would be fine.
Okay. I will amend your bond condition, Mr. Ridley, to have no harassing contact with the complaining witness in this case. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? You need to start working on your education. Life doesn't get easier. Do you understand? That's my main concern. You graduate, you get your GED, we're all going to be jumping up and down because that's what you need. Without a high school diploma, you will literally make pennies when everybody else is making dollars. Do you understand? I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you in 2 weeks. All right.
That was amended pre-trial bond commission?
Yes.
What was the?
So on bottom of page 19 on Ridley, amending to no threatening or harassing, no weapons. All right, Will, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Aaron Jaggers, come up.
Go ahead and sign.
So they're going to dismiss the trespass. We go forward on the DWI second.
Yes, Judge.
You are charged of driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You know, you just heard what I said to this other gentleman here. Life doesn't get easier. It gets a lot more difficult the older you get. And when you start racking up convictions, all you're doing is you're making the life even just more difficult. If you have a drug and alcohol problem, there are ways to address it. But when you endanger other people's lives, you may end up digging a hole that's so deep you will never crawl your ass out of it. And you'll be stuck like Chuck in custody for the next 40 years. It happens time and again. If you don't believe me, watch the news. Every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. Yesterday, a construction worker. Take an Uber. It's extremely easy. They make it so easy that all you literally have to do is push one button. Because I'm going to tell you now, with your history, if you ever get pulled over and an officer smells anything funky, you're going to go down. And this time, it's out of my hands. From now on, you're in felony court. You're 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. Even the faintest smell of alcohol. Do you understand, Mr. Jaggers?
Yes, sir.
Somehow we have to get through to you. Hopefully it doesn't take the fact that you sit there charged with a 5 to life case because you've done something that just cannot get a clue. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, these will go on your record. 1 and 1 are 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. A third, you're looking at 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Sir.
The rest of your life. What are you, 32 right now?
31.
31. You're gonna be driving for the next 40 years. How do you plead to the offense of second offense driving while intoxicated? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 330 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 113 days that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license. What do you do for a living, Mr. Jaggers? How much money do you make a month?
There right now. I'm appointed to this case, Judge.
So you're working for free? What?
Yes.
I don't know. Well, why would we reward him? He was to obtain a device he just never did.
He doesn't have a vehicle, Your Honor. I was notified by pretrial yesterday that there was this BVR. Talked to Mr. Jaggers about it. He didn't have a vehicle, and by his account, that didn't have a vehicle. He didn't know what to do. But he's here today.
So you just do whatever you want? I mean, this continue to happen over and over and over. I mean,
he spent, better part of 4 months, 3 months in jail, awaiting resolution of this case. He has done that time, Your Honor. He's working now. I really believe that to help him get better, he needs to put this behind him and get started with a new phase of his life.
Mr. Jaggers, I'm going to waive the court costs and I'll waive the DPS fine and surcharge. Just take a damn Uber, man. It's not hard. One button on your phone. All this could be avoided by hitting one button on your phone. All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Newman, great to see you, man. What's new?
Quick thing, I got to approach on the case. It's just getting old. Frosto, Frusto.
Okay.
The last contact I had with him was, you're late today. If you want to take the plea today, please show up. He hasn't responded to me. That was.
Oh, he's not. So he's MIA with you?
He has been in really constant contact with me up until like a week or two ago. Also, I was notified by pretrial that he needs to go visit them.
So there's a BVR?
No, there is not, but he needs to go just check in with them.
So let's do this. I'm going to set it for bond forfeiture for a week. I mean, it's 193 days old. You get it. It's so SFBF 1 week.
Okay.
What does he offer?
Time served, or I believe 15 months probation. 15 months probation, Your Honor.
Got it. Okay, so he's got to be here next week. If he fails to appear, then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Sorry.
I have.
Did you want to do the laws or no? Because you were.
Does it say no contact on those? Who is, hey, I need to, JP, I need to talk to you on the MOAB. Do we need to amend it? Okay, great. Yeah. Is that what you're approaching on?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
I have an Omar SAI.
Saeed. Yes.
May I get a?
So, yes, it's getting old. It's 190 days old. Do you have an offer on these cases? He's supposed to be here today. Is he here?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, as of now, there's no offer made.
Can you please do that?
Yes, Judge, we'll look at them.
We'll give you 30 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just let us know what you want, Mr.
Can I approach briefly on an off-topic matter? The reason I ask is because it's trial based.
Okay.
It's clause number 251-3126.
When are we set?
February 5th, I believe. February 4th.
Okay.
Judge, so we have had a number of discovery compliance hearings, 4 actually. about a witness, one of the sheriffs who wouldn't turn over his MDTs and his information. And the last one, I'd been asking for the court to strike him as a witness, and Your Honor said granted that orally. But I filed a motion to memorialize that, and I saw the state's pretrial filings listing him as a witness. So that's why I just want to make sure that that's, you know.
He was listed in our expert witness notification or notice. I did not know of this ruling beforehand, so I can amend it to
Okay.
take him off of it.
Okay,
And that's,
so you guys talk about it, so if you can let her know everything that transpired so that she's in the know.
And
This
I-
is your case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, great.
I'm not saying obviously Ms. Watson's new on it, she was not
Sure.
privy to that, but it made me realize I'd like to memorialize that.
Yeah, absolutely.
that ruling, and
I'm okay.
I think that motion in your queue.
Yeah, so let's do this though. Before I sign it, I want you to take a look over it, see if you have any objections, and then just let me know. If you don't, I'll sign.
Well, I do assume that the state would probably object to the substance of it as striking a witness.
Well, I mean, if there's anything else in there, because,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
okay. You want a copy?
Yes, please, Judge.
Sure.
Time for a
Please. Mr. Monks,
Pleasure and privilege.
always. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Did the kids like the snow or not?
Loved it. Yeah.
And you know what, you're used to it, and so, you know, we don't get to see that very often, and it was really pretty.
I guess it's now, or is it one every 3 years? Right? With all the global.
Oh, yeah. But it was really, and when the sun came out and it was kind of, you know, it was shining on the snow, it was,
Did you build a snowman?
huh?
Did you build a snowman?
I did not build a
You didn't build a
snowman.
snowman?
No. They thought I was a snowman because of this. Yeah, I'm on your docket today. I have a Joshua Wilson. He's on probation in your court. And I'm going upstairs. He's got a new felony assault case. The witness has filed an affidavit of non-prosecution. So I didn't know if you wanted to set this for a hearing yet or what you wanted to do. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I believe that in a couple of weeks, we can probably get it resolved, I believe. And then it just depends on what you want to do. Obviously, it's your docket.
Do you have a new setting on the case upstairs yet?
I have not, I wanted to come talk to you.
So let's see what happens upstairs. And then we'll go from there.
Thank you,
So
sir.
you're gonna head up there now? I'm
Right
assuming?
this second.
Okay, so just come back, let me know what happened and then we'll go.
Yes, sir. Joshua Arling. Joshua Arling. Yes, sir.
Hi,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. Come on.
I am just approaching on a motion for continuance. I have a case set for trial on Tuesday, the 29th. But I had a case set this week on the 22nd, which we announced ready to go, but with the snow, it's gotten pushed. So I just want to be able to, accurately prepare this upcoming trial.
What's your cause number?
Sorry,
So
one
do you have
second.
2 or do you have 1?
I had one this week and one next week. So I was just asking for a continuance on the one next week.
Why?
Because I had one this week, and so I wanted to be able to adequately prepare it. They were less than a week apart, so 2 cases set for trial, or,
What's the cause number?
2467835. Is it the
On
29th?
Valdez?
Yes.
What is your position on this?
Actually, this is not my case, so Will, are you?
Is this your trial case on Valdez?
Yes, Your Honor.
She's filed a motion for continuance for next week, so we're set.
I believe because she had a trial set this week already.
What's your position on the motion for continuance? How old is this case, though? It is a really, really old case, though. I mean, we're talking from over 2 years old. So when do you want to try this thing? And is there will not take any offers?
No, Judge, he didn't want to take any offers.
Okay, so, I mean, I'm not gonna do long. If you want a couple weeks, maybe, you know. How long do you want?
Um, whatever you give, I'll take, so. Could we do the third week of February?
Sure.
Judge, we have the 11th and the 25th.
I'll do the 25th.
Okay, file it. I'll grant it. No more continuances though.
Yes,
I
sir.
only grant one.
Yes, sir.
So be ready on that day.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And it has already been filed. I have to
All
put it
right.
in.
Okay, so be ready. Make sure you get your notices and stuff. Because, I mean, you have 2 days. It's 30 days, so, okay? All right.
And one other thing, Sergeant, I have another client who's going out of town. Just wanted to get permission for him to
Yeah.
pay.
Just make sure that they're not gonna, yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you, Judge.
sure. And just let, Felicia know.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 3, 5. Yes. Thank you. This is very important. They just can't find one.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so. All right, here we go. Council for reset. Lori.
Are you ready?
Last name, Nicole, first name, Jerome. What's that? Before you get ahead. Let me see if he has a. I need to get him.
Yes.
Well, one is the top. So. He's on back.
Really, I think they must have ruled everything today. Because like, it's just like it's a line. Yeah. I think I've got Kendrick's rituals there. But even already, she did. This is.
There's times that it's on.
Yeah. I'm not sure what was landing on.
So. What about the life?
Hey, Mike. Mike, you ready?
Yes, sir. They were rescheduling the case. I don't know, they got a 2/27 date. So they want.
What you got, 227?
Yes, sir.
You want to do it the same day?
Yes, sir, if that's okay with the court. The problem is I gotta get past the coordinator. She's always tough.
It's on you, man. Good luck with that one.
I know, that's the problem.
Good luck with that one.
No, there's no line. Jill doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So this one is on docket, but Chavez is at a conference, and so by permission email, she's allowing me to approach you.
Who's at the conference?
I'm sorry, Chavez, Alexander.
No. Who's at a conference though?
That the attorney. And so the defendant is Moon, Lawrence Moon, on docket today. So today was the day for the pickup, but obviously with the confluence of weather and things, and this one, they stated that they were understaffed when the notice for pickup came out and the snowstorm came in, the airports were literally shut down, that they asked for an extension, but it's further than the typical one. But because we have a pre-signed waiver, it came to an agreement that I wouldn't put in the pre-signed waiver because we're approaching by agreement to extend it out until the January 31st, or sorry, reset date being February 3rd with a pickup on January 31st, which is still within.
What's the defendant's name again?
Chabli. So I can, yeah.
You said it's on docket today.
I thought it was until you said that.
I don't see it. But so.
No, it's not. Sorry, it's set for.
Defense is in agreement, right? You said, okay. I mean.
So it's because it's longer than the 3 days, but because we're not in.
I get it.
Over. Okay, and then I'll be.
As long as they're in agreement, then hey, okay.
And I'll be approaching with you 2 more times today.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's still within,
Still within the 30 days. I can give you the cause number, Judge.
no, I mean, I think you're good, as long as it's still within the 30 and then you've got an
Judge.
agreement.
Granted by agreement. No pre-signed waiver entered. Reset off docket. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Kim.
We're asking them to get correction facility.
Okay.
Judge.
We're waiting on a translator. Yeah, we're waiting. Blossom, she must be busy.
Text her.
No, I mean, she's gotta be busy.
Now it looks like it's not work. Yeah. Is Brenda there? You can go. No, I wasn't very good. That's fun. And we did. No, she didn't. So mad. Just not. No, they were so, yeah. I'm trying to get a lot of
I'm fine, it's okay. I'll wait off my guess.
I thought double check.
I approach, Your Honor?
Yeah, come on.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm here for Mr. Cueva Gonzalez, case number.
On page 6.
Bottom of page 6.
Okay.
I'm submitting a mitigation packet today, Your Honor. We'd like to use continuance to see it filled.
Has he done a PT or then the TRAS? Is he here now?
Well, I submit the mitigation packet first, Your Honor. That's my understanding.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Let me see. Because now more people are being denied, so I don't know. I guess let's do this. Submit it. We'll set it off for a week
Thank you, Your Honor.
and then we'll see in that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
Was it maybe?
I was struggling like weird. Let's see. It was like just like. We haven't been able to do a roll call. Yeah, I first saw it. Oh, sorry, too. Let me think about that one. I don't know what the standard on it. It's kind of very niche. Yeah, but I think. Newman? Okay. Maybe what else? Where the other people?
That's just non-vote.
So that's another words. And we need to make it on those. Once.
Hi, Blessing. Do you mind bringing him out? It's, counsel, what's the name again?
Yes, was Juan Guevara, Your Honor.
That's why it's not approved, right?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Two, 5, 1, 5, 4, 4, 1. And then it's the same, but just the rate. I think I make 7. It was just substituting that charge.
Buenos días, nomás escuchen pues y conteste voz alta, por favor.
I don't think that, I don't know if have we found probable cause on this first case? Or I mean, on the new case? Let me express my extreme disappointment, Mr. Guevara Ortiz. You now stand charged with yet another DWI. On this one, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 19th, 2025, at 11:43 p.m., the officer was dispatched due to a concerned citizen following a possible intoxicated driver. The call was near Northborough in Houston County, Harris County, Texas. The officer arrived at a public place and observed the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. And the witness stated the defendant was observed to have severe damage to the front passenger side, and he struggled to stay in its lane several times. The witness had eyes on the defendant until the officer arrived, and the officer made contact with the defendant, who advised that he had 3 Coronas and was coming from a gas station where he purchased the beers while driving home.
So drinking while?
No, Your Honor, there's no indication of that. He just purchased while driving home. And the officer observed glossy eyes, delayed responses, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer conducted standard field sobriety tests, HGN 6 out of 6. The defendant refused the walk and turn and one-leg stand due to the cold temperatures. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to breath. The results were 0.189 and 0.177.
Mr. Guevara Ortiz, I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case, and I am now going to revoke your bond on your first case, and I'm going to set it at 10,001. You now also have an immigration detainer, so you will be stuck in there, I guess, until I need to know, counsel, if you guys are planning on trying to get him an immigration bond or not.
Your Honor, we don't represent him on the immigration case, but it's my understanding from Mr. Breston that there's an effort to address that.
Okay. You're signing on for Mr. Breston now, right?
Yeah, I work for him. Yes, sir.
Got it. All right. Mr. Guevara Ortiz, I'm now ordering you to have an ankle monitor on your ankle, and I'm giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm going to put a scram ankle monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. I don't know if you're getting out of custody, but if you do get out of custody, these will be your bond conditions. You will have on one ankle, like I said, a scram monitor, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other, you will get a GPS monitor, so I know that you're abiding by curfew. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we'll set you out for 30 days. Just keep us in the loop. If you are able to get an immigration bond, you must be here the next business day. If you fail to do so, I'm going to revoke both of your bonds and set them extremely high. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Hey, coming up.
One on docket and one off docket.
Somebody have Mr. Kenneth Sims. English speakers.
You have the papers I gave you, right?
Yes, let me, for you. Sims.
One's just, well, technically, two other. No, one for you.
All right.
These are eventually going to be.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, Judge, good to see you. How'd you fare?
Wonderful. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't like snow.
Uh,
Kids just, they dig it, right?
Yeah, it's a big deal for them.
Yes.
So, do you have children?
I have the 1-year-old and the 21-year-old.
Oh, that's a huge, I mean, my goodness.
The question I always get is it the same mother? That's the question that
I wasn't gonna, I'm not.
I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, so tell me what's going on.
Dave's asking for extension.
So this one for Sims, we're asking for an extension from Mississippi for a probation violation for malicious mischief. Obviously, due to Winter Storm Enzo, they're requesting extension because the airports were literally closed.
Get ready, we're gonna get so many of these, you know?
Oh.
Let's get ready.
Yeah, they're coming.
And so this one, they're requesting out to the 27th. Or sorry, the 28th, they'll pick up on the 27th, but because even with when they were originally supposed to come on the 21st. It wrapped around the weekend. That's why we're entering the pre-signed waiver. Ricardo is opposed, which is why I'm entering it.
Okay, I mean, I have to, circumstances beyond, act of God, right? As they say.
Of course, I gotta be opposed. I gotta fight for my client. His expectation was to get out at a certain day, through no fault of. He's gotta be here an extra 7 days, looks like. He doesn't control the weather. Nobody does.
Is it 7?
It's because the original pickup date was the 21st. Well, so the 21st, and then the court reset date would be the 28th. They're looking to pick him up on the 27th.
Just get it a little bit less than a week. Understand that there is an act of God, right? It just completely close everything. You get just one kernel of snow, the entire city shuts down. So I'm gonna grant them an extension. You're not gonna get another one.
I have to ask Judge.
So understand, Mr. Kim, that I don't,
They had like 13 days before the snow. That's what I'm saying. Why didn't they come in?
well, I can't answer that. I mean, that's something.
Oh, yeah.
Judge, I would ask, would you consider giving him a bond so he could go turn himself in and not have to wait 7 days? That's what we said.
For the pre-signed
There's
waiver.
a pre-signed waiver. I
Pre-signed
can't
waiver,
give him
he's
a
not
bond.
allowed.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand, when you get on probation or when you get on parole in another state, you sign conditions. One of those conditions is that if you ever take off and you become a fugitive, you waive extradition. It's a pre-signed waiver. You have already waived by virtue of signing. You need to read every single thing that when you sign it, all the little print, because even if I wanted to give you a bond, I can't, because you have already waived by signing that document.
If for some reason they don't make it by this deadline, will he be getting out?
That's a great question. Mr. Kim?
Actually, with I gotta look at the original waiver date, so it's 5th, so statutorily, they have until February 4th, 2025. So strictly speaking, for the pre-signed waiver, he's not allowed to, but this is one where they've already confirmed they're coming on the 27th. So I think it will be a distinction without a difference because they've already scheduled for him to come on the 27th, unless we get another once in a lifetime storm.
So we're gonna give him until the 4th is what I'm hearing?
Well,
No.
the recess is gonna be 28th.
28th.
That's
Right.
the one.
They already indicated they're coming on the 27th.
I mean, act of God.
I don't see anything happening between now and then. Otherwise, the news would be just going nuts,
Understood. All right,
Yeah.
well,
I mean, should something happen, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
we're back up here.
They've said that they're going to come get you absolutely on the 27th. I don't know what time, but on that
I'll
day.
confirm with them that we approached and then submit the order and triple check today that that is still the confirmed date, because obviously we've had ones in the past where we confirmed too late and they had to move it. So I'm going to triple check today.
And he'll let you know.
I'll talk to.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll talk some more with you.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something else?
Did have one more, Judge.
Sorry, Mr. Saldana.
I don't know.
Okay.
So this one, state's approaching off docket. May I give you the case number? 254-6960. It's a failure to appear for burglary in the 3rd degree out of Oklahoma. And this is one where the court previously denied bond, and then when Judge Jackson subbed in, she also denied bond. This one, they're requesting an off-docket reset, but only for the maximum 3 days. And again, it's because the airports were closed down. They're able to do such a quick turnaround. But it would be because he had a Brazoria hold, it extended it out from the 14th, and then an off-docket reset to the 27th. So we're only requesting an off-docket or a reset from the 27th to the 30th.
Okay.
So they can pick up on the 29th.
I'd be opposed, Judge.
I know.
Okay, understood.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Saldana. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Understood, Your Honor.
Are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Espinoza Perez.
Espinoza Perez, come up. Good morning, sir. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? If you
Yes.
get pulled
Si
over,
usted lo paga.
first thing an officer does is they look up your criminal history. If they see prior DWIs and they come up to you and say, smell alcohol, it's probably not going to go well. So from now forth, I would never, even if you had a sip of alcohol, get into a car. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this off. Do you understand? This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir. Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
O no culpable. Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I want to send you to the agreement. Let me make one more thing clear, Mr. Espinoza. There is a $3,000 surcharge on this type of case. You pick up a DWI second, it's a $6,000 surcharge on your case that you can probably end up paying. I will waive it now, but understand, if you continue to put other people's lives in danger, it's not going to go well for you.
Muy bien.
Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Thank you. Aaron, I forgot to tell him it's a 90-day license suspension as well. Okay. All right.
I'm repushing on this motion to strike this testimony. I think it's fine.
Okay.
State has no objection. I spoke with Morgan. We haven't been able to find this witness anyways.
So that's, so it's just, you know, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I've never run across this before, so. Something must be up. Something's not right, you know?
Yeah.
I just.
Not really. So one thing you should know is the fact that guy's real.
I've looked at it, or if you, I can read them. Okay, fine.
No, that's really.
Hey, Judge, we have an arraignment. It just came back.
From where? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Judge, he's on page 5, top of page 5. Oh, sorry, hang on, Judge.
Hold on a second. Do we know if the lawyers can be here?
Yeah, I thought this was who this is, and I asked him if they wanted to wait for his attorney, he said no. No, I'm sorry, that was, I thought there was somebody else. Label?
Yes.
No, wait, he's not there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Just hang tight. Don't leave.
Counsel, what was that?
Edna.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Hey, good morning.
I am here on a young man by the name of Sui. Excuse me, sir. Let me reduce something.
Sui Mejia.
Yes, Sui Mejia. No, it's Sui Mejia. Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor. I was just communicating with sending the state an email asking about the discovery, but it looks like I'm sorry, I don't have my camera on. It looks like the RIPs are still pending and I don't see a station video, and I was just sending an email asking if they could confirm.
Alex?
Yes, Judge, we're still waiting on the RIP as well as video.
Now 130 days old, so.
Yes, Judge, and
How
we
is that
previously
possible?
sent an escalation, but we can send another one immediately. Yes, Judge.
So I'm going to do 2 weeks.
Yes, Judge.
So we're getting at 150 days without a video. I'm going to let them know. I'm going to subpoena them to come to court.
Yes, Judge.
You know, I'm going to do 2 weeks, Ms. Garcia. Okay.
That's
It'll
perfect,
continue to
Your
be waived. If they fail to produce the evidence by the next setting, I'm going to subpoena them to come to court.
Very good, Your Honor.
Okay.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll get you a date.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Bond conditions on Demoria Halls asset? You guys know that?
I have not, but,
Vic,
yes.
on Sui Mejia, can I get a 2-week setting?
Still pending station video on the record?
Yeah,
Okay, how is March 4th through the 6th?
did you hear that? March 4th through the 6th,
You,
or that week.
yes, let's do the 6, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
wait. 2 weeks.
Oh,
Well, she's still.
I know that, but we're at 150 days and they still don't have a video? No. 2 weeks. Right, but now it kicks it up to 150 days. There's no videos? No, I'm gonna subpoena the people to get here.
Okay, 2 weeks brings you out to February 11th through the 13th.
February 11th to the 13th.
yes, sir. The 13th, sir.
Okay, cheers.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. May I be
Okay.
excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Good day.
You too.
I appreciate it.
Let's see what he even says.
Your Honor, briefly on Demoria Hall cell for bond conditions, it was no contact with the complainant. Did you also want no weapons on that?
Correct.
Yes, Judge.
What did I say?
Hi, Judge, good morning.
Morning.
Judge, I'm approaching on Miss Shanika Smith.
Okay,
Judge, for her, she's the one that we were entering into the
Yeah.
program. We spoke with Ms. Gomez because it looks like they were trying to have some IOP and SOP conditions added. Ms. Gomez was
sent an email to Miss Ashley Geis. She said that was her superior in order to try to get those removed. She told us to wait on sending the contract to her to amend later because it would cause a lot of confusion. So asked us to just wait until Miss Geis tells her yes or no, so that they can give us the contract so that we can get everything
Okay,
squared
so let's set
away.
it off a week. Hopefully you can get a decision in a week, huh?
I'm sorry, Judge?
We'll set it off a week.
Yes, Judge.
Hopefully we're
And if email, I'm gonna
Judge
follow up.
Geis.
I know with the freeze and everything closing early, I don't know if that's maybe a little bit of a holdup on that, Judge.
Okay,
And then we'll be good to go.
all right. We'll
Thank you,
keep it
Judge.
waived.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
She's gone.
Hey, can you give me 5 minutes? Let me just finish this real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. The boss is. Yeah. Boss says he doesn't want to. There was like. Yeah, it was gonna be like a because of this anything that I was kind of served on the bill. Yeah. Holden, Joel. That's what I was gonna.
Okay.
So, okay. So, yeah, so she's, I think she just needs the application, so it looks like we got her involved. Okay, so.
Okay, yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah, we have. Okay. Actually, there.
Okay, you know,
On failed item, it's not the here, Mr. Flynn. So, complaint deadline.
What's going on here?
Eddie, so that, right, you know.
February 11th. That's the last way to fill this. All right, got it. Here was kind of. Yeah, the person's I think it's gonna be black. Then we have a this part of last name is off the coordinator, see about the. It's going to be on the team, but. If you're bigger, oh, you're done, I didn't say, because I'm wondering. Oh, I don't know, the thing that you're thinking.
Hello?
The answers in it, I'm just. Oh, yeah, no, okay, can you try that number again? Because I'm
Oh,
just
say it again.
wondering how. Bad this really was. You know, it's not really, because you missed the time served on early, right, you just missed this one, but it's. It was. Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen it. There's been someone that's been trying to connect, but not with that name. Okay.
And then. I think I'll take the time to later, I do just message her.
It should be.
Don't figure out that evidence, you know, like, and stuff, right?
Oh, Will,
Yeah.
Hi, Judge.
John D.
I approached them. That's a rockin' after snow 5 o'clock shadow. I mean, after snow shadow, I should say.
They just have one.
Bring him in.
Judge, I'm gonna talk to you about 4 cases.
Okay.
First one is Mr. Reams. I don't know if that case, it might be a start. Chief just provided PTI offer with a couple of classes and community service. So we should be able to knock that off in one more. I just got the offer this morning.
Got it. And we'll give you a normal setting. If it's not done, got to be here.
Absolutely. The other one that's a little problematic is Mr. Serrato. He's the young kid that the state took a while. Finally,
Okay.
I provided some mitigation. She
Okay.
haven't had a little bit of time to look at it. But she wanted to know if she could have just a little bit more time to analyze it before she makes a PTI offer. That's one issue. The other issue is he was supposed to be here today. He's been in contact with me, Judge. He's a 17-year-old kid. He's good, except for this morning, his mom's car broke down. It cost $40 for an Uber. He doesn't have it.
So let's do this. We'll do 1 week. Okay, got to be here, and hopefully that gives him enough time.
I'll see.
Okay.
So
So SFBF 1 week.
Okay.
Okay. And then my last one, Judge, is Mr. Celestino. We're doing the application as we speak so we can get it in. Just need a little time to get the contract because their PTI program is getting its weight on
Done a
up.
TRAS?
He's done the TRAS. He's all good. Just need to get the application in, which we're going to do this morning.
Okay.
So
We'll set you a couple weeks then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, John. Shatori, what's the cost number?
251-952. I'm sure you want a motion. She just absconded from probation. She reported in
Oh,
October
then-
and then she absconded.
No, you know.
It's just bring it off the place because it's her idea.
Looks like I'm struggling.
Hi, Shreya.
I'm here on Mr. Shorts.
Okay.
Can we carry it to tomorrow? I'm okay with it. Okay.
Is he not here?
He's here. I made him come, not because I'm like some villainous defense attorney.
What are we doing?
So they did get a hold of the proper contact information last week, but they just haven't gotten a hold of her. And I was like, we can set it for trial, or I think that if they talk to her, they may just
But do we
efficiently,
know that she's going to reply or, do you know?
you know, she's gonna reply.
She left a fairly extensive conversation with our investigator, so we can likely get a hold of her again.
And that was just last week. That was just a couple
Is
days
she
ago.
cooperative? Is she like, I don't get access to.
It looks like she was.
From what we have, yes, she was cooperative, so.
How long do you want?
So a week, we can just get it.
Okay, that's it. The case is 1,429 days old, so.
Yes, Judge.
1 week, that's,
Yes, Judge.
okay.
It's against Judge.
Okay. You sign it.
Okay, we found it.
Yeah. Celestina. Anyway, so the union logo on job, but the problem makes sense. Down here.
If you're a I can swear I would forget.
You like to see things down, I think that's been great. Big body. You can stop this result. I'm running square. I'm gonna be up for it. Let's talk station.
Okay, you mean a second one?
Say.
Okay, I'll be on.
Go ahead and sign it.
Just needs his application. Still like it, but.
So because you don't do
You forgot a short one. For assaults, yeah, about pretty long, but I had to go long one.
Okay, where is that?
It was just a standard PTI contract. Instead of a one pager, it has to be a full. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I don't know where that is.
It's
just the.
should be signed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Please.
Oh,
She says it. I'll just call this right.
Judge,
Hey, Turno.
how are you doing?
And
Can we approach on something? I'd like you to hear probable cause and something.
absolutely.
You have it pulled up?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
So it's for Klaba. Okay. On January 15th at approximately 6 p.m., officers initiated a reverse prostitution investigation. Undercover officers saw defendant parked near where she was standing. Defendant rolled down his driver's side window. Officers approached the defendant and had a conversation sexual in nature. Defendant agreed to engage in sexual intercourse with the officer in exchange for $100. Defendant and officer arranged to meet at a motel. Defendant started driving in the direction of the motel. Defendant was then stopped and identified by marked units. During this, officers located a loaded firearm behind the front passenger seat.
During the search incident, sorry.
So it would have been yeah. My argument is that the possession of the gun was not while he was engaged in this alleged criminal activity.
And we would understand where he's coming from, Your Honor. However, he did have the loaded firearm behind the front passenger seat, and this was search incident to arrest. So that's where we would be at.
We have the unusual circumstance here of my client is an aircraft mechanic. He works over at IAH. As a result of the gun case, not the solicitation case, the gun case, he lost his job. He can get it back because he's a member of the union. But the gun case is the only problem because he was charged with a gun. He lost his job. Now, I assume we're going to be able to work out the solicitation case.
I mean, I'm sure would probably work out in conjunction as well, you know, I mean, it's,
So, but in the meantime, he can't work. So.
let me read the statute. Hold on.
That one will have to finish ours. Oh, what if he's one?
I tried to replace my plumbing, but I forgot to shut off the water. All you gotta do is glue stuff.
So I'm looking at 46.02. Unlawful carrying of a weapon. A person commits an offense if the person, one, intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly carries on or about his or her person a handgun at the time of the offense. So is this at the time of the offense? Right? I guess there lies the question.
He was proceeding to the motel where the incident, that they agreed to would occur. So during the process.
So because, I mean, the offense is committed when? When the actually agreement took place.
Requires the way the charge reads, it requires the offense is complete at the time that an agreement is
Reached.
made. So
The agreement is made at the time allegedly when they're stopped. They had the wherewithal, if they wanted to, arrest him at that time, where subject to arrest at that time, they could have made the charge, so to speak, right? But they decided to wait.
Well, Your Honor, if I may, the statute reads they had honor about his person while committing criminal activity, and the firearm was in the vehicle while the offer was being made. It was just on the way to the hotel or the motel is when they stopped him and search incident to arrest for that solicitation. That's when they found the firearm. But the firearm was on or about the defendant's person while he was engaged in the offer for the solicitation.
And also, if I may, Judge, I would also say it would make sense for safety procedures for them to make the arrest while he was on the way to the motel so that they could have followed him and it wasn't just that undercover officer there at the scene of making the arrest.
No, I don't know, because they could have arrested him at the time, right on the spot. I don't know why they would try to bolster the case, I guess, by saying that there's more evidence of guilt by actually going to the motel. I mean, theoretically, they could have arrested at the time that the agreement is made, right? It's a contract.
Judge, I think we would just stick to the way the statute is worded is while engaged and the firearm was there. And they could have arrested him earlier, but as Mackenzie knows, they do that routinely for safety purposes as well as perhaps as you mentioned, they could have done it for further evidence as well, further investigation.
Prostitution cases I've seen is they arrest right on the spot, right then and there. They don't wait. I mean, the offense occurs right then and there.
And the offense did occur, and while the defendant was in the vehicle, that's when the offense occurred. He was in the vehicle when they made that agreement, and the firearm was in the vehicle. They found it right after they followed him to the motel. It was in the same transaction.
The offense was complete.
I agree with you. I'll find no problem. Okay.
Gonna go work this thing out for you.
Okay.
Okay, just so you know what I'm doing with that.
I have a Tahura.
They just said they're trying to log on now.
Is that her? Is this person? Okay. Oh, they just logged off. Josh, you ready? That was top of, or Vic. Victoria, that was at top of page 5.
I just gotta go and sign tomorrow. Great.
Good morning, Mr. Perez Reyes.
Morning.
So you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 28 days in jail with credit for the 28 days that you've already done. Is this how you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. This charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You need to understand that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for cases like this that you pick up.
Yeah.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this.
Yes, sir.
What you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to your offense? How do you?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow it. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Josh. CC.
Mr. Sims? I got both times, sir. Yes. I'll take it back in 97. Just give me 1 second. Sure. I'll let you know.
He's free.
Well, unfortunately, I can't. In person, I'll have you build. That's the one thing we can't.
Hey, is this the interpreter?
Yes, this is me, Kahura Amadi. I'm the
Okay.
interpreter.
Okay.
Top of page 2.
Azadi, come up.
Judge, can you sign, conditions on the future? Chance for Mr. Hassan? Conditions for each case.
Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am. From now on, what I would do is next to your name, put interpreter so we know who you are. That way it'll make it a lot easier for us when you're trying to zoom on that we know who it is and the purpose.
Sure.
Okay?
Yes, because I was logged in, from 9:30 because they told me that you have to log in as soon as possible, but 9:30 to 11:30, nobody
That's okay.
joined.
Well,
but,
yeah, so from now on, make sure you put interpreter because I get a lot of people that try to log on
Oh,
and they
okay.
do very dubious things.
Sure,
Okay?
sure, yes.
All right. You are Azadi.
Yes.
Do you speak English?
Right.
What language do you speak?
Dari.
You speak Dari, ma'am, correct?
I speak Dari and Farsi, yes.
Okay. I have a translator here for you so that you can understand what happens.
Should I start to translate?
Shh. Will you be able to faithfully translate everything I say to this gentleman?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You were charged with assault, bodily injury.
شما در واقع به حمله مسلحانه به کسی حمله کردی، اونجوری متهم شدی که به کسی حمله کردی.
Do you understand how she's? Okay. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
میگه 1 سال بعد زندان بری و $4,000 بعد جریمه پرداخت کنی.
We are going to do probable cause.
در واقع اینجا میخوان برای شما یه excuse me sir, I don't know exactly what does probable cause mean. Sorry about that.
We're going to determine whether there's enough evidence to go forward or not.
میگه در واقع میخوان شواهد رو بررسی بکنن که ببینن بعد چجوری در مورد مسئله شما تصمیم گیری بکنن.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
میگه حق اینو داری که در واقع ساکت بمونی، هیچی نگی و هر چیزی که بگی میتونه علیه شما استفاده بشه.
If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
میگه اگه که توانایی در واقع هزینه پرداخت وکیل رو نداری، دادگاه برای شما یه وکیل انتخاب میکنه. یعنی میتونی ساکت بمونی و بگی من وکیل میخوام. وکیلت میتونه از تو دفاع بکنه.
I'm now going to have Alex, our local prosecutor, read what happened. So please, go ahead.
میگه الان این در واقع اون کاراگاه مخصوصشون که کاراگاه مخصوص این کار هست برای شما میخونه که چه اتفاقی افتاده.
Okay, go slow.
Yes, Judge. On January 15th, 2025,
میگه در 15 ژانویه 2025
the officer is dispatched to a possible assault.
فهمیدن که شما به کسی حمله کردید.
The officer observed one student being assaulted by 2 other students.
میگه اون در واقع اون آفیسر اون مأمور دید که یکی از دانش آموزان به وسیله 2 دانش آموز دیگه مورد حمله و ضرب و شتم قرار داده شد.
The officer stepped in and grabbed the defendant and escorted him to the police office.
آفیسر اون مأمور پلیس در واقع وارد مداخله شد و اون کسی که صدمه دیده بود رو برد به پلیس، به دفتر پلیس.
Surveillance video showed the complainant speaking with the defendant in the cafeteria with other students.
میگه که اون ویدیویی رو که در واقع داشتن بازرسی می‌کردن که ببینن چه اتفاقی افتاد، توی این ویدیو دیدن که اون دانش آموز تو کافتریا داشت با اون 2 دانش آموز دیگه صحبت می‌کرد.
Students separated the defendant and the complainant after the defendant charged at the complainant.
میگه بقیه دانش آموزا اون کسی که مورد ضرب و جرح قرار داده شده بود و اون کسی که داشت ضرب و جرح می‌کرد رو در واقع جدا کردن از هم دیگه.
The defendant was being held back when a 15-year-old started punching the complainant.
میگه که اون کسی که مورد حمله قرار داده شده بود خودش رو کشید عقب وقتی که دید اون یکی دانش آموز در واقع با لگد بهش زد. Yes.
Ma'am, please don't talk. If you want to talk, you can go out.
Yes, Judge.
Did you just say the defendant was being held back?
Yes, and as I keep going, he breaks loose. So the defendant broke loose from the other students and joined the 15-year-old in the fight.
میگه اون کسی که مورد حمله و ضرب و شتم قرار داده شد خودش رو به عقب پرتاب کرد. Sorry, can you please repeat the second part of the sentence?
Yes, so the defendant joined the 15-year-old in the fight.
میگه اون کسی که مورد ضرب و شتم قرار داده شد در واقع به اون یکی دانش آموزی که 15 سال بود به اون ملحق شد.
The defendant punched the complainant multiple times.
میگه اون کسی که در واقع مورد ضرب و جرح قرار داده شد چند بار ضربه زد به اون یکی دانش آموز.
The complainant stated he felt pain after getting thrown on the ground.
Sorry, can you please repeat it one more time?
Yes, no problem. The complainant stated he felt pain from getting thrown on the ground.
اون کسی که در واقع مورد حمله قرار داده شد که در واقع شاکی بود میگه بدنش درد گرفت بعد از اینکه مورد اون ضرب و جرح و حمله قرار داده شد.
Who is the complaining witness? And where was this?
So the
Please.
complaining witness is another student and it took place at a school.
قاضی میپرسه که اون شاهدی که در واقع داشته میدیده جریانات اون کی بوده و ایشون اون پروسیکیوتور دارن میگن که ایشون یه دانش آموز دیگه بود اونجا که در واقع صحنه رو دید که چه خبر شده.
Which school?
So I'm trying to find, Your Honor.
Wisdom High School, Judge.
Okay. Have you reached out to the complaining witness?
Yes, Judge, I've attempted to reach out to the complaining witness. I have not heard back from him.
Okay, so I'm going to find probable cause exists to go forward with your case.
قاضی میگن که من در واقع میخوام حالا اون شواهد رو پیدا بکنم که ببینم که چجوری که این مسئله کیس شما رو جلو ببرم.
As a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case.
میگه اگه بخوام در واقع برای شما یه ضمانت قرار بدم ازت قاضی خواهش میکنه که با این شاهدها با این شهودی که وجود دارن نباید در تماس باشی.
I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons.
و همچنین نباید هیچ نوع سلاحی با خودت داشته باشی، نباید هیچ سلاحی حمل بکنی.
If you violate any of these conditions, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail.
قاضی میگن که اگه از این چیزایی که من گفتم سرپیچی بکنی میری زندان.
Do you understand?
متوجه شدی؟
Would you like a court-appointed lawyer today?
دوست داری که در واقع دادگاه برای شما یه وکیل اختصاص بده، یه وکیل داشته باشی از طرف دادگاه؟ Yes, he does.
I will provide you one. My only other issue is whether to bar you from going back to the school or not.
قاضی میگن که برای یه لویر در یک وکیل باید انتخاب میکنن، فقط مسئله مورد نظرشون اینه که نمیدونن باید اجازه بدن که تو برگردی به مدرسه یا نه.
I will have you speak to the lawyer and we will determine how to go forward.
قاضی میگن من با یک وکیل صحبت میکنم و از اونجا در واقع ببینیم که چجوری باید مسئله رو پیش ببریم.
Do you understand?
متوجه شدی؟
Okay. Okay, we will have you fill out an application. I will have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we'll go. I'll have you give it back to me and I'll look and provide your lawyer today.
میگن یک چیز به نام اپلیکیشن به تو میدن، اونو باید پر بکنی، به یه خانومی هم بهت کمک میکنه، بعد اونو تحویل میدی و برای تو وکیل انتخاب میکنن.
Thank you so much for the help. I appreciate it.
Of course,
Okay.
thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. You're free to go.
Thank you. Bye.
All the conditions have been signed for house sale.
Mr. Housel? Demoria Housel?
Hey, do you need me?
Yes, Judge, I'm waiting on Day. It's on Mr. Thurman, he's. Oh,
Do you want me to reach out today?
no, Judge, he just emailed me, he's gonna need around 20-25 minutes, he's trying to get the pre-signed waiver from the demanding jurisdiction. Sorry. So, let's. Okay. I'll wait, Judge, I'll step out and I'll come back.
God, this case has been reset so many times.
Yes, Mr. Thurman, he's the one who had the quote unquote lifetime probation out of Michigan. Mhm. And so he's got a local case. I believe he does have a local case here.
Looks like they've been taken care of.
Yes, so this is the only thing holding him. They've asked for and Michigan has asked for an extension. Not entirely sure why, but that's why he's.
Oh, weather, probably.
Yes, that's what I explained to my client. I'm entirely happy about that, but. I guess the question would be how long that extension would
You
be.
call it, so we don't.
Hello?
Jay,
Yes, yes, Judge.
hey, I'm here with Miss Oko on Thurman.
So I emailed her. I need just a little bit more time if that's okay. The issue with this one is we're asking for an extension, but we don't have the proper pre-signed waiver because they sent us what they thought it was and it wasn't. And so the demanding jurisdiction is out for lunch right now because of course they are. And so
Well,
that's why
but regardless though, I mean, everything is due to an extension. That's what you want, right?
but I think it's a longer, let me double check on this one, Judge. Let me see. Thurman. I'm trying to get the original date.
Looks like the waiver was on 11/18, but it looks like he had an open case.
Yes, he did. So this one was originally for the 23rd to pick up. Oh yeah, this one is way past what the court would typically grant because this one they're asking for no later than February 6th. And obviously that's considerably
Right.
when did the local, and so that's why we were trying to get
The
pre-signed waiver.
local was disposed of on the 6th. Sorry, the 7th.
Was it the 7th?
The 7th.
Oh, it was 7th, right? It would be the 6th for the maximum, but they were trying to figure out a closer date, and that's also what we were trying to get because I didn't want to give you a nebulous range. I wanted them to confirm one date, and our point person is out, and so like Amy just called, and their office is closed for the lunch break, and so that's why I was like, right when it hits noon, I was going to call again.
Well, we can always approach, because I don't know how much longer we're going to be here, but we can always do it later on. We can just via text,
Okay,
Yeah.
if everyone else is okay with that, then I will I'll send a follow-up email, or if everyone is okay, if I don't get back to everybody by like 1 o'clock or whenever the docket closes, if we could roll it to tomorrow, I'm good with any option. Or either.
Well, I mean, you can get a hold of me until 3 o'clock, Jay, and so, yeah.
Okay.
We can figure it out until 3. Are you okay with
I'll
that?
definitely get an answer before then. Because if it can't work,
But
then
text
obviously
text me and Miss Oko, so it'll be faster that way.
It would
Sounds
be,
great.
and we're asking for a waiver, an extension for the 6th of February?
No, at maximum for the 6th. And so I don't know.
The problem
what
is
date.
when there's a pre-signed waiver, it kind of kills everything. Like, so the 2-week, or, is really just, it doesn't matter, right? Because
Time waiver is an unlimited amount of time?
no, it's still 30 days.
30 days.
It's
From
30
the day
days.
the waiver was signed, or from the day he was convicted?
No, the day that the hold is lifted, right? Meaning in this case, he had those 2 cases upstairs in the 180th. They were disposed of on the 7th, right? So theoretically, yeah,
I
but until,
February 6th, I get you.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. If we can resolve it
That way,
today,
I don't want to just keep her here waiting because they may not even get back to you. It's silly when we can just resolve this via text.
we can.
You have her cell phone, Mr. Kim, right?
I do, and
Yeah,
that
so
was
just-
yeah. So I'll do a group text.
Group text. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. May I be
All right.
excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Okay. Back to
Bye.
Mike.
Mr. Thurman can leave, right? He doesn't have to hold it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Hey. Wow. It's been so long.
It is.
How are you?
Fine, how are you doing?
Good. What's up? What's up?
I have Christopher Torres, Judge. He's a
Okay.
DWI second, and I guess we're like at 180 days or
Yeah.
your mark, so.
What do you want to do?
Well, we need kind of a short reset. The state has 2 RIP calls. There's an accident, so we're just waiting for an offer.
Yes, Judge, there's Spanish speakers. That's what's taking a while. So
It should have been a long time ago. We're now at 180. So, I mean, I'll give you some time, but
just again, a week at the most.
okay. You got, well, it's Spanish, so you're gonna a bit more. I'll give you 2 weeks,
weeks.
but
Yes,
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you,
I
Judge.
bet the next setting he's gotta be here.
Okay, you gotta be.
So put an offer between now and then.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right.
If I quickly approach on Mr. Celestino.
Yeah.
Judge, he applied to go to school. He's on a curfew right now. What happens is he goes to work, third shift, which is from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. So right now you have him on a curfew for the last month and a half or so, and he's been good. So basically, he's enrolled to go to school, and school starts February the 1st.
Great.
School is in the morning. So if I give you a school schedule, will you
Yes.
allow him to go to
course.
school during those times? But he needs to provide like
Yeah, I won't prove I'm
a class schedule. Once he does that, you'll lift
can
the
amend.
curfew. Okay, we'll get that done, Judge.
Two judges. Plea for Mr. Richardson, Judge.
Just gonna ask you that, plead 13.
Good morning, Mr. Richardson. So he has a total of 3 open cases, right?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Richardson, you've got 3 open cases. You've got 2 counts of assault and 1 evading arrest. Looks like what's happening is you are pleading guilty to both assault cases and they're going to dismiss the evading. Is that how you understand it? The agreement that you guys have worked out is they're offering you 95 days in jail with credit for the 97 days that you've done. So it looks like you're done. When you get out of here, you have to understand that from now on, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. This is what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense as guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Your other case will be dismissed on motion of the state. Thanks.
Judge, when you get a chance, could you please sign the DVRs for Rivera and Chavez?
Yeah. Your jackers, I'm just going to delete Felicia, right?
If you could just
Or do you want me to continue?
continue supervision, I'd like to know in his profile, just in case for future reference, so we have it.
Yes.
I mean, you're not wrong, it's very diligent. No, she said she made an insurance claim, she covered all of that, just did that out of pocket process. Let me see what you have to do. About her being fine. I don't know if it's and then there is this viewership line under the slides. Very much just gonna be
Yes, I'll call.
yeah, there's the statement to
Yes. I think you're confused.
Thank you. Alright, so this one has back conditions. This will be plus. All right, Judge, we have an arraignment whenever you're ready. So now, Judge, hold on. Fix your eyeballs.
Okay.
All right, Barrera, come on up.
Yeah, already.
I don't see a Herrera.
Barrera.
Oh,
Page,
sorry.
bottom of.
You are Carlos Barrera. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On September 11th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, an officer met with the complainant who advised that in the morning he received multiple phone calls from an unknown number beginning at 4:30 a.m., lasting through 4:50 a.m., in which the defendant called a total of 5 times. The complainant stated he did not answer the phone from previous knowledge that it was the defendant calling him to confront him. The complainant stated he left to work, and when he returned at approximately 4 p.m., he noticed multiple phone calls from an app-generated phone number that called him a total of 18 times. The complainant stated that on the 18th call, he answered the phone and let the defendant talk. The complainant was able to get a second cell phone and record the defendant stating, "I know where you stay at. You don't know where I am." The complainant stated he had sent a text message to the phone number that the defendant kept calling from, and said that he did not wish to have any contact with him and to leave the complainant alone and stop calling. The complainant stated that during the conversation over the phone with the defendant, before he was able to record the phone call, the defendant stated he was going to shoot the complainant in the legs so he could not work as an electrician. The complainant stated that the defendant is the complainant's current girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. The defendant is the complainant's current girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. The complainant told the officer that he believes the defendant is capable of carrying out his threat and the complainant is in fear for his life.
Got it. All right, Mr. Barrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with this person. Do you understand? I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you violate any of these conditions, if you are a danger to my community, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
And Judge, given my conversation with the complainant that I had yesterday, the state would request a GPS monitor because he has continually gone to the residence since this incident and has made threatening comments towards the mother-in-law as well. And recently, as of a couple of days ago, I guess he left his wheelchair outside the home in order to make some sort of threat that he's been going near the residence.
So the threats are still continuing?
Yes.
Sir, I'm now putting a monitor on your ankle, so I know that you're not going over there. You're not to go within 1,000 feet of where they live or where they work. Do you understand? Hold on. I don't want you to say anything. I will give you a lawyer today. You can talk to the lawyer, but understand my only concern is community safety. That's all I care about in this life. You know, we take things step by step. Let me do this. I'm going to give you a lawyer. I'll let you talk to the lawyer. I got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Let me give you a lawyer. We'll go from there. But don't go where they live. Don't go where they work. Don't accidentally bump into them. Do you understand? So for now, I am going to put a GPS monitor so we would know where you are. And you're not to go anywhere where they live or work. I'm going to have you now sign a receipt of Victoria. After that, we'll just have you wait for the lawyer that we get and we'll go from there. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'm going to revoke your bond. Okay. Felicia, it'll be with you because you're monitoring. And waive the fee. Good morning, Mr. Foster.
Mr. Coleman, Jeroy Coleman.
Got it. I didn't realize this too. All right. Good morning, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Coleman, you're charged of failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice. That kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 15 days in jail with credit for the 5 days that you've done. It also looks like you have a second case that they're going to dismiss once you plead guilty to this offense. Is that how you understand the agreement? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it can never changes. This will go on your record. You also need to understand that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You know, your case is 1,864 days old. I will tell you that when you show up to court, good things happen. We don't ask for much, but when you continue to just take off, it makes things a whole hell of a lot worse. You got a great lawyer. All you got to do is listen. Things will all, things go right. How do you plead to the offense of failure to identify oneself? I'm going to find you guilty and we'll sentence you to the 15 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 5 days that you've done. I'm going to roll your court costs so you don't owe anything, and your other case will be dismissed on motion of the state. Good luck to you, sir. Let's enhance a bit. James, he needs to sign bond conditions.
Oh, yes, Judge, and I think he has some indigency paperwork. He was just asking for questions about, but he lives with his parents, so he doesn't have any bills.
I'm going to grant it.
Thank you, Judge.
Don't worry.
You want me to give that to you?
Yeah, I'll just sign it. Hey, James, the only thing I need to know is I was going to bar him. Is he still going to that school or not?
Let me ask him, Judge.
School fight. So, normally
I don't think they actually usually expel you. Usually they might suspend you.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Judge, he says that he received a 3-day suspension for it, so he's still going there.
Come up, sir. Come up. Mr. Azadi, it is a really terrible thing to have to live in fear. All someone wants to do there is get an education. And it's unacceptable that anyone has to live in fear wherever they go to school, wherever they work, whether they live at their house. I don't want to hear of any issues here. If I find that you become a problem while you are on bond, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? I don't want this other kid to live in fear. You understand? We've given you a lawyer. You must listen to Mr. Sims and he will take care of you. If he tells me that you're not listening and you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand? Okay?
Thank
All
you,
right,
Judge.
goes with you.
This is the silent mock conditions. This is for Mr. Fox, Mr. Rosado.
Good morning, Mr. Foster.
How you doing?
How are you?
Okay.
Mr. Foster, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You worked out an agreement. They're offering you 18 days in jail with credit for 18 days. Done today.
Okay.
Get out today. From now on, it's minimum 30 days in jail.
Okay.
If you go back to this place, it's not going to go well. Do you
I
understand?
ain't going back in there.
Don't go back because otherwise you're going to come right back here.
I ain't going back in there.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. You're saying you don't want a trial. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can't change this. Also know that there are immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. How do you plead to the trespass? Guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement, 18 days in jail with credit for the 18, enhanced abandon. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, where we at? Yeah, come on.
All right, page 5, top of page 5. No PC. Are we expecting one all?
I know, I'll ask him in a second.
See the credit for this one?
What?
What was the credit for this one? To you.
Yeah, that's Azadi.
Azadi? Oh.
Yeah.
You put it.
He didn't put his last name on it.
Oh, yeah.
Page 31.
Okay.
Just for arraignment of
2501.
There are some, Jill's here, she has several cases. And have you heard from counsel on page 5 for today? I've emailed twice, and I got a
No.
response that said I'm on my way, but I didn't know if they.
Okay, it's not a big deal. She's as good as it comes, you know? So. Oh, you know what? They may have felony court, that's why. They do. She's upstairs with her.
Real quick?
Sure.
Judge, he has 2 classes.
Sit down, please.
Oh, sorry. Judge, he has 2 classes with the complainant. And so what I told him that probably is the solution is he needs to go to the principal and say, I need to be moved out of those classes. You know, that's probably the best for everyone.
Okay.
I think you probably agree, Judge. Because you could try to have two people at opposite sides of the classroom, but it's pretty
I
difficult. not to
don't
have-
know. All I would know is that I don't want any more issues and I don't want the kid to live in fear.
Right.
So I'm not asking for much, you know?
Okay.
So
Just tell him that he needs to talk to the principal about it. Okay, thank you, Judge.
Hey,
Judge Clapper.
Sadiq.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Judge, this is an off-docket matter. I just got a call from a Javier Gamero, case number 254-7233. Pretrial services had texted him to advise him that he needed to come in to sign bond conditions. He called me and informed me that he is currently in San Angelo, Texas, and that he would not be able to come in to get this done. I spoke with,
So, I mean, we can waive the signature.
the signature, yes, sir.
Understand, you need to let him know that if he fails to come when they tell him to come, then we issue a warrant.
Yes, sir.
You know, we're not going to play this game.
Yes, sir.
Just let him know.
Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
We got you.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Judge, and I just pushed those to your queue.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I could just go right there because I don't know if yeah. Well, it's just a copy of all the documents.
Hi. Good morning.
I've just got two.
Okay.
Ms. Adrena Taylor.
Thanks. Okay.
We've had eval settings on this drug. This is just, as you kind of want to take up the chain before I do anything else with it. So if you'll give me just a couple weeks to get that done.
Are you applying for PTI? Are you applying for PTI?
I'm trying to not have to do that.
Got it. Okay.
It's a very different case that I never do as judge, but I do want to take this one up the chain.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you're okay.
So I just need a couple of weeks.
But
Thank you. And then Ms. April Martinez.
Page 14 and 15.
So I don't think we might still be outside talking to the complainant. I thought he'd come back inside.
Layden's here on this case?
No, I think he called her.
Yes, it looks like Thomas just completed the RIP 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Don't know where he is, but I have his notes here.
And that was a will issue. So up until 10 minutes ago, there's no will witness. So I don't know what the RIP says or anything.
Hey, who needs you? Please.
Oh, Martinez, you spoke to the.
Yes, I was just on the phone with him right now. I spoke to the witness. She's going to send me some videos, some ring videos of that incident. And she led me to another witness as well, who also saw that happen.
Got it. Okay, so let's set off a couple weeks for you guys to get the additional evidence and we'll go from there. How high is the VAC in this case?
It's a .16.
Got it. Okay. All right. So it's not outside the realm
Does she still used to call in every day? She's here.
Yeah. Come up, ma'am. Do you see any other priors? Can you run an NCIC, please? Oh. Your lawyer is asking me to take you off the random callings. If I do, you have to understand you're still not allowed to use alcohol, illegal substances. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, I'm going to, revoke your bond and put you in. We don't want you to do that.
There's no prior here, Judge.
Okay. I assuming that we haven't had any issues, just check with Felicia. If everything's been okay, then we'll take her off the randoms for now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't know, 2 weeks for now, just to see about getting videos and stuff. Okay. Thanks.
Another one was. So that Chavez.
Well, the 15th is the same, so it's not even. And some general activity steps, and then we get it to.
Good morning, Judge Fleischer. Questions to approach?
Of course.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, I've been appointed on Mr. Barrera.
Okay.
Barrera. Your Honor, it was brought to my attention that he's being required to have a monitor, home monitoring. And we would ask, Your Honor, that that condition be relieved, if the court would consider that.
The deal is, the reason that they said this was, and normally I don't put something on the first setting unless we have some kind of evidence showing that it's a continued harassment type situation. And we have that here. They're saying that, because I think she spoke to
The complainant, Your Honor.
the complainant, and the complainant is saying that he's continuing to harass, continuing to threat, leaving his,
Wheelchair.
so will you let him know exactly?
Yes, counsel. So he's continuing to harass the complainant, as well as he left his wheelchair at the complainant's residence by the girlfriend's mom's car. We don't know why, but he was continuing to go to the residence of the complainant.
Continuing to call, text message. Come up, sir. The deal is this, is that life is way too short. Life is way too short to make a decision where you make it, or you've dug yourself a hole so deep that you'll never get out of. There are plenty of other fish in the sea, and it's time at times to just move on. Cut your losses, move on, because life's just way too short, There are other people out there, and as long as I know that we don't have any more issues in the future, I'm willing to take it off. But at this point, I got to know that it's going to stop, right? I'm not going to take your word for it that it's just going to stop. I need more than that. So that's why I put this monitor on you. After some time, if I know that I can trust you, then perhaps we can amend the conditions to take it off. But at this point, all I have is that you've picked up a criminal case. They're alleging that it's continuing to happen, and I want it to stop. Not I want it. It's going to stop one way or the other. I told you, life is too short. Move on, That's all that needs to happen. Do you understand?
But you know that got shot.
Okay. So you've got a lawyer, right? My only concern is that you don't have any contact with these people and you don't go where they work. The past, I get it, it's the past. I get that you guys have bad blood. All I want to do is I want to prevent further bloodshed. I don't want any more bad blood. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for something unreasonable. But what we can do after some time, I'll have them reach out, and if there are no issues, I can take it off. Do you understand? All right. I'm not asking for much. Just move on. You know, it's just like I said, people here in life, in the jail, are there because they have no self-control. They just wig out, they do stuff without thinking, and then they make some kind of decision where they're looking at 40 to 50 years. Don't. It's not worth it, you know? Okay. All right. So after some time, come back. Good. We'll take it off. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you. What's the deal, Pickle?
Page 5.
Hey, Kelsey, what do you want to do with play ball? I found no PC on it earlier. Are you going to dismiss or do you want to reset it? What do you want to do?
I was waiting for Donnie to respond if I could just get a day and let them know.
Just roll it. Okay, absolutely. I think we're,
Judge, page 28, bottom of 8.
oh,
This one was supposed to go before the grand jury. I think it did because the felony case was issued or initiated.
hey, Kelsey, one more thing. Vijaro, VIJ. We had spoken about this a while back where he has a DWI with us and it looks like someone may have passed away, right? Excuse me.
Particular crimes.
Looks like they just filed an FSRA. We are still going to keep ours, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, so he's supposed to be here today.
Defendant is here. He's here. We'll get checked in. I don't know where he is. Oh, I want to send it.
Need to know. Yeah, right. Keep going. His name is Echegone. Echegone. Anna, are you just hanging out with us or what?
Yeah.
It's great to see you. We got our guy on tomorrow, huh? Yeah, he's on for tomorrow.
And I approach you about that then? Sure.
Everything okay?
Yeah, that one I tried to take to the grand jury, the one I dismissed, and I'm still waiting to talk to Bernadette about it today, but she was at DA school and all that, and then they wanted the offense report to even indict it, so.
I was just gonna address the bonds.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not doing anything else because, I mean, he picked up a new case, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna address the bond. You
Okay.
guys filed a motion to revoke and raise.
Perfect.
I was hoping we could just address that. There's no, I mean, whenever you want to indict, really, there's no, I don't even know if there's a time limit. I mean, what, 2 years, right? Isn't that the statute?
Statute of limitation.
Right, there's no, it's up to you
Right.
whenever so just no rush. We'll just deal with the bonds tomorrow.
Perfect. And I just put them on for tomorrow because I wasn't sure if
We were gonna be
Yeah, we're
back
on for
today.
tomorrow.
Sounds
And
good.
hopefully we can get him.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Deputy Echegoyen, hey, can you, on Vijaro, did you take him into custody? Vijaro, did you take him into custody?
That, you're asking about the bar?
Yes.
Yeah, we just came back down from the 230th.
Come up, sir. Tell me.
So Stephanie's coming down now. She decided to charge FSRA.
Right.
We just got the bonds walked through and we're back here now.
So did you get a bond set?
Yes, sir.
What?
10. The 230.
Oh, I see. Okay, right. Do you have a bonding company coming?
Sir, yeah,
Okay.
everything's already filled out. They're actually, he's coming down here now to walk him over.
Okay. So I'm gonna release him to the bonding company. Okay? That way he can go post the bond.
Sorry, we were here earlier than.
It's okay, but I wanted to make sure, I didn't know if they had taken him into custody or not. And I mean, normally when a felony warrant pops, you know, we take him. And so, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna have a problem with it, the deputy. Oh, so who are you having coming from what bonding company? Is it Burns?
No, sir.
Someone else? Okay.
American bail bond?
He has a felony warrant because they filed a felony case just now. But he has a bonding company guy coming to take him to go do a walkthrough. So I was gonna allow it when the bonding company comes. Oh, it's someone else. Yeah, okay. So just take a seat for me in the jury box, and then when they come, we'll release them to you, Mr. Okay.
We have him on docket as well. I think Stephanie's on her way down right now.
Oh, this stuff.
I know my elevator's.
Mr. Bond said I was just gonna allow him to go do a walkthrough.
Yeah, yeah, we're all set there, no, absolutely.
Okay. Did they do any conditions, anything upstairs or no?
Conditions pretty much parallel what we had down here, no driving without an interlock, no drugs, no alcohol, no contact with the complainant's family, so.
Okay, great. I think we're good. Just take a seat for me in the jury box, and then when they come, we'll release you. We need to get a date though. So whatever date you want with Victoria.
Trial date, Judge? Or just-
Oh, are you ready? You want to set up a trial?
No, that's.
No, I was just gonna do a normal reset.
Okay.
No, but the problem is that
Sure, okay.
you're gonna get probably 7-day setting when you post the bond upstairs. So I guess if you want to do a long enough setting, that maybe you can do an off docket reset upstairs to whatever. I know it's because they were gonna indict it, that's why. So, I mean,
We're well on our way to resolving it, Judge. I just had to get the felony situation.
right, it's old, so it's time to,
Yeah.
you know, we'll give you 30 days now, but understand that it's time to wrap it up because.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Absolutely.
Judge. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too? Sure,
Hi, Judge, investigator requesting your queue.
okay, done. Who did you take?
No, we took out Stokes.
Stokes. Okay, all right.
You know, just because there was a couple of snow days, there's no excuse to.
Nah, I'm trying to look like you. I don't know if I can get it that long. I mean, I'm just the itchy, it's so itchy, man. I can't take it.
Promise. Now, if I shave, I don't realize my face is much smaller than I remember.
Yeah. Perhaps, you know, like Captain Jack.
Yes. Good seeing you.
You too. I think we're done.
And then I guess once the bond is confiscated, then it's a required. I'm gonna call him on this one. Do we have to see on the bond?
What else, Vic? Anything else? Oh, well, I can get that. It's,
I know, but somebody they can't hear anything unless you sign in. So what's that one?
how many do you have?
Four. Yeah.
I can see. I can see.
Oh, yeah, they look crazy. It's
Okay, I put them in there, Judge. For now, that's all I have. Yes.
All right, guys, we're done. Hey, she put only three, is there 3 or 4 disposal orders?
No, you're right.
I only got 3.
Oh, man, they did. How to drive.